Hello, everyone. I'm Devin Werkheiser.
Hey there, I'm Lindsay Shaw.
And I'm Daniel Curtis Lee.
And you might know us as Ned Mosen Cookie from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
That's what I remember.
Guess what? We have a podcast now.
Yes, we do.
Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide.
That is clever.
Where we talk about the making of our favorite moments, things we remember from that time in our lives, and also tangents about our adult lives.
With such a helpful tip at the end of each one.
A helpful survival life tip. We're still trying.
That part, you know?
We're going to bring on guests, old co-stars from the show. We're going to relive it so that you can relive it with us.
Every Wednesday.
Tune in.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey there.
Here we are.
We're here.
Indeed.
Back together again.
Yeah.
You guys really grew into yourselves.
Same,
Some strange
dude.
Thanks.
youngsters.
You too.
Yeah, the main comment I feel like I got when I posted you on TikTok recently was, "Damn, Cookie!"
That's always what I get too.
I approve that.
They're like, "That is not the same Cookie we saw."
How do you guys take care of your beards?
There's oils.
Yeah.
There's oils and
Nice.
conditioners.
Keep them lubed up.
Just
Yeah,
just keep them
wow.
moisturized.
Nice. You guys both went beard.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where's your beard, Lindsay?
Well, I get paid to shave that off.
Oh, sponsored.
I only get paid when I shave that off.
Got
Sponsorship.
it. Got it.
Oh, when you shave it,
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm growing mine in for a little film right now. So
Ooh.
The rust joint, right?
yeah, we're gonna finish. So
Nice.
the beard's back, baby.
Wow.
It's good to hear that.
I'm a cowboy.
You're a cowboy.
Yeah,
You've always been a cowboy.
go on.
You're a cowboy.
Turn up. So, first day of school, but before we do this episode, do you guys remember auditioning for Nets? What do you remember about the auditions?
I only remember Scott Fellows telling me to stop improvising.
Oh, you went in there just wiling out?
Yeah, well, like it was like the third callback. I was like, I gotta put something fresh in here, and so I just like just like added like "ba walla walla walla" on the end of it. And he was like, "Hey, stick to the script."
Don't put a button on it.
Yeah,
okay?
it's a-
Do it again.
Enough.
It's true. For anyone who thinks, I don't think we did any improv on the show. Like, it was Scott's vision. Like, it was the lines and the way Scott wanted them to be said. It was hilarious. He was
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
He was correct.
So skilled because it was easy to memorize because it was so well written in my opinion.
Yeah. And actually, I guess because we were doing 2 11-minute episodes, like, it was also, there's no room for improv. Like, each scene is moving. We had very fast plots. So each scene had to move it forward. So it's not like we were sitting there like.
Yeah, I was actually surprised just at how quickly things went by. Like there's like one plot. Like there started to be little like subplots, off here and there as like, the history of the show grew. But like those first 3 episodes, it's just like, this happens to Cookie. And then like right out, like you almost
yeah.
follow the
So
exact
right.
thing.
Yeah.
You're so right. I forget which episode is it with like the airplane like flying through the
Detention.
Oh, so that was like the 3rd episode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the fact that the way Scott would say, okay, this initial scene is just gonna set up every
Yeah,
other scene.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Right.
there's gonna be some character or some object that's gonna be recurring throughout.
Yeah.
Right.
Love
Yeah.
that. So cohesive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moves quick. I feel like you got chosen to be the one first in the auditions. I feel like they knew you. They knew it was you before they cast us.
Build
I
everyone around.
don't think that. I'm pretty sure Ned was like locked in.
Really?
I really think
I
that.
feel like I chemistry tested like with you. Like you
I
were
chemistry-
already. I feel like it was already you for the pilot. That was even pre. That was even pre Daniel.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you were in. Like Scott knew you were Mose from the
wow.
get go.
Those were the first round.
Yeah, because
Yo,
yeah,
people don't know, but
Yeah.
they shot a pilot before my character was even introduced. Now I auditioned for that pilot.
no way. I didn't know
I
that.
don't think we chemistry tested
No.
the first time.
No, 'cause
but I
I'm-
had made it very far, like in my auditions. I'd done like 3 freaking
No
auditions.
way.
No.
I didn't know
Prior,
that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, so we filmed a pilot for Ned's that had a different third best friend, Stephen Markarian, shout out.
Shout out.
Yep. Boogie.
Yes.
Boogie.
I think was
Yes.
the character.
Yep.
Cookie.
But no, I didn't see you on those first auditions because I remember very specifically meeting you on the second
On the
audition.
second, oh yeah, you're like, who is this guy?
No.
No,
No.
tell me
Those
the
were
You
my
story.
just
thoughts.
Oh, I felt it. I felt it a little bit. It's all
no.
good.
I'm sorry, he was like my best friend, Steven.
That's true. You guys were super
Just
close.
like
Staying
super,
together, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you guys, like,
super
roommated
close.
to- yeah.
Really great guy. Really great guy.
Oh yeah. For people who don't know, so we filmed a pilot. Lindsay and I filmed a pilot. Fun facts: JoJo played Lisa Zemo.
JoJo.
Shout out JoJo.
Shout out, Joe.
That was before she was JoJo.
Beautiful R&B singer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best voices
Ever.
we have ever.
Oh.
She's amazing. Yeah, she was Lisa Zemo. She was the original Lisa Zemo. But
She killed it.
killed
so
it.
Good.
We filmed this whole pilot. The show gets picked up to go to series, and we're like, yay, this is so exciting. But then they tell us, but you have to come back in and audition like in a final round again because we might recast Ned, we might recast Mose, we might recast Boogie.
How did that make you guys feel?
Oh, terrible.
I'm sure it
Oh,
did.
terrible.
It made me.
It made me scared.
It made me like I
Did you feel betrayed?
No, it wasn't
not
that.
betrayed.
It just was like it felt like something that could very well like it was happening, but
Yeah.
it was emotional because that was my first time ever on a set. Like that first pilot was so, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was kind of a break out of that fairy tale that we kind of thought was going to go ahead for that entire year.
I can see that.
right?
The feeling
Exactly.
weird, yeah.
Like waiting to hear, and then it's like, yes, it's getting picked up, but
one of you
might
isn't
not
coming
get
with
it.
us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
it
it was scary.
It was scary.
Who told you guys? Did your agents just call you?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But then
Yeah.
I remember very specifically meeting you because it was you and Nate. It was you and your brother
Both of us, yeah.
in Nick Animation in Burbank.
Yeah.
Carlos Pena is who auditioned for
Oh,
Ned.
yeah,
Carlos was maybe gonna take Ned,
right.
and I remember him being very confident, which just upset me.
It hurt.
Right.
I was like, "You're coming
Right.
in here way too swaggy. I filmed the pilot. Relax." But
Yeah.
you and Nate came in
Try to have
just
big energy.
so BDE for some 12-year-olds. Just
yeah.
came in big
I
dick
remember-
energy,
oh my
dude.
gosh, dude, I
You
was
guys came
so-
in
I
like,
mean, it had to mask the insecurities, you know?
yes, I kind of,
that.
in hindsight, I love it and I respect it.
Hey.
Gamesmanship.
Yeah, had to pump ourselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm coming from small town Mississippi, all these LA actors, they've already filmed. Like, I was real new to this. I had done just the freaking, I think it was just the Ice Cube project, right after Next.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
but
one
dude,
number two.
I
Number
remember feeling that too. I never felt like you showed up with an energy. For
Yeah.
sure,
Oh.
you know, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
To play a nerd.
Yeah, you and I, like, I mean, obviously y'all like bonded and whatever, but I just remember being very much like I wanted you to like me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You cared about, like, you wanted my validation?
Yes, because you were aloof, but not in a mean way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and you know, yeah.
That's a
I
good
just
way.
Remember that.
Yeah, that's a good way. You were aloof, but not. It's not mean. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's like
It's
a
not
detachment
standoffish.
that's
It's just
very
like.
healthy.
So you guys thought I was cool?
Yes.
Honestly,
Oh
yes.
my god.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love that.
So cool.
Yes, so cool, right off the bat.
I thought your brother was cute.
Oh, Nate. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always had muscles and stuff.
Right.
I know.
He was a cutie.
I know.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome bassist.
Yeah, for real. I love
Yeah.
your brother.
So awesome.
Yeah, so then we all get cast for the actual series.
Yeah.
And
So
we
we
got
tested together. So we had to go and read these lines. They basically interchanged us with all these other kids who were up for the role.
Yep.
Read together. I enjoyed reading with you guys. I kind of knew. Well, I mean, you guys had already booked it, so I was just trying to.
I mean, like that's what I mean. But no,
In
I
that
felt
moment, no.
I thought it was really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that being very much like, whoa, this could be like, you know.
This
The
could be
new
a thing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness to Scott Fellows, man.
Yeah. For real.
Alien best friends.
Alien best friends.
I saw that
right.
in this book that I'd forgotten about that. It's this weird thing Scott Fellows used to say to us. I don't even know why. He
I
would just
really
go
don't
like,
even know.
or what?
"I had a
did you say?
tiger, alien best friends."
Alien best friends,
He used to
yeah.
just go,
Like the
alien best
sign-
friends.
the
Three
Seinfeld
amigos
thing.
was the thing.
Yeah.
always.
Yeah,
Like I just remember like Seinfeld kind of. Did
Yeah.
you make references to that?
yeah. And then he would tell me, "Don't get cocky."
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh.
He
I
did
wish
that
I
a
had
lot.
taken
Tell me
to
that all the
heart.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that would have saved me a lot of heartache and headaches.
Oh, you actually meant it.
So I don't know about you guys, but watching, I haven't watched these episodes in 15 years, maybe 17 years, like since
Yeah.
we stopped the show, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a strange. I felt strange emotions watching it.
I hated the first part of the first episode.
Yeah.
I remember
You
how
hated your performance?
scared- Okay, so
Is that what you mean?
yeah. So when we were reshooting, I literally remember this day. Like, so David Kendall was the director reshooting with us,
Yep.
and so you two were in that like 2-shot, and then I was alone over here on a close up.
Yep.
And that scene, to me, I can just see how scared and sad I am because he kept coming up to me and being like, no, like, no, you need to do it. Like, he was super stern. And we're coming from Savage, who's the only other director I've worked with.
Yeah,
Savage
who's
is like
the
a super-
Savage Steve
sweetest.
Holland
Yeah.
did the
yeah,
pilot?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
the sweetest. And like David Kendall's very much like, how did you get in here? Like basically, like that's how I felt, right? And I literally remember walking away just being like, why did you do this? Like, why did you do this? Like, my little perfectionist self was like, so I look at that and I just like, I'm like, oh, girl.
You can see your own
Oh
terror.
my gosh, girl.
Dang.
She's like 20% there.
Wow. Because when
yeah.
when I watch you in everything, I'm just seriously, like, my instinct when I'm watching you, I'm just like, she is so strong. Like, she's so present.
Yeah.
You're so connected. You hit the jokes when you need to. You hit the reel when you need to.
Yeah.
Every time I watch you, I'm like, damn, Lindsay, she
Oh,
good.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
I noticed was that you two kind of had like this lock on your characters. Like you very much don't like your comedy was already big and established, whereas I think I like grew into my jokes a little bit.
Yes.
And my style.
But you're so
Yes.
just naturally funny too, man.
Yeah.
The fact that you could play that straight character and then
yeah.
dive into the super slapstick, like this is great. I think people
Yeah.
admired that. a lot.
Yeah, and dude, you too. That entire physical comedy route, just from the absolute beginning, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
kind
then
of
you two
forgot.
having that like relationship from the beginning, the like stomping on your foot and like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah. No,
like,
that was
jumping right into
that
that.
was really dope, man. Like childhood best friend, like actual man. Like we
Yes.
spent so much time together and just I don't know, man. We moved through life like together.
For
like
real.
developing comedy, things that I appreciate about comedy that I've just learned from working with you. Like it's
For sure. I
Great.
mean, yeah.
top tier.
We were being on Ned's the entire time was just like comedy time. On-set, offset, like it was just us making each other laugh
Yeah.
all day, every day. It was
It
just
the
like,
greatest incubator for life, literally, that there ever was. Like,
yeah,
it was
Real.
such a great experience.
yeah. That's why it felt kind of strange watching it now. Like I feel so removed from it, but yet so still attached to it. And obviously on social media, still so attached to it with an audience. Like
Mm-hmm.
can't escape it.
Mm-hmm.
I fluctuate with my own like identity with how much I
Mhm.
want to keep doing it, but here we are podcasting.
Right?
Here we
it,
are.
So,
We
Hey, now.
can't get it off of us.
so yeah, it felt weird like seeing my little like especially the pilot, like the first episode, like little baby boy,
Yeah.
little me.
But I swear you could interchange that first scene with like one of the last episode scenes you do walking through the doors,
And it would
and it
feel-
would be the same energy. Like
Yeah.
that's what was so interesting. And then it's really not as easy to play to like break that fourth wall as people think. I remember I did it for one episode, and even trying to do it bad, Scott was still like, and I just never felt satisfied with it. So it was a real like it was really just interesting watching you interact with the camera.
Yeah.
And like you were doing these things like you just throw in these things that really make sense, relatable, and yet you know, you would throw in your quirk, and I didn't realize like that was a thing.
Oh, how hard it was
Yeah.
to execute. Yeah.
To really be honest, like looking down and I
You
don't
did a
know.
really
staring down
great
the
job
pipe
of
of the
it.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I think I always wanted to do
Hope
that.
so.
I don't know if my character ever really looked at the camera and spoke.
I don't think you did.
Yeah.
No, you
I
were
don't
too
think so.
busy in hijinks making crazy faces and screaming.
I was the scapegoat for everything. Ned's tips were always like, "Cookie, you're screwing up, man. Let me get you out of this situation." Yeah.
It was so genius. I forgot. No, let me just stay in the first episode.
I know there's
I
so
need, I
there's
need
so
a
many.
visual prompt. Oh my gosh, God bless you. Please.
Yeah,
Please jog us.
listen. I got
Guide
some.
us.
I got some notes. I
Very
mean,
Ned of you.
listen. I try and come prepared. Okay, if only it was in a marble composition book. I'm gonna transfer them
Yeah,
over.
nice.
Okay. I mean, for people who don't remember, first day of school, the whole episode is Ned and Cookie are trying to get in Moses' elective so that they can have one class together in middle school. But Mose wants girlfriends instead of guy best friends, so she's trying to escape us. Cookie wears the puffy coat. Ned and Cookie get into life science with Mr. Monroe.
Oh, and we get the baby. That was huge. Yeah.
We get the baby.
Was it that montage? No, not yet.
No, that's not yet. No. And then Mose gets into woodshop.
Right.
One of the things I came away with watching any of the Neds back was how good our adult cast was.
Oh, Darren Norris,
Jim
Donnie
J.
Creech.
Bullock,
Jim J. Yeah, Jim
Dave Follick, I think his name was Wood. Chop Saw.
Chop
Oh
Saw,
my
dude.
God, is he funny,
Their
dude.
commitment to the world.
I
was-
know.
I mean, it just put this like roof on like the whole thing.
That I felt that like they're like we're kids. We're kid actors. We're just doing what we're told, kind of. Like
Yeah.
they're adult actors in the world who have trained to
Making
be actors,
choices
making
and-
choices in this world, this zany world, and they do it so well.
Elevated it just beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of my favorite lines from the episode was when you're on the Cookies on the stretcher,
and they say we have
and the pandemic says the zippers fuse from the
We're
heat.
gonna have to cut it off. Oh yeah. That was
Fire up the saw! Hilarious bit part. Like
loved
the
that.
zippers fuse from the heat. That made me laugh so hard.
I was dying.
And then the classic line from Mr. Monroe, which is "You two will be our alternative family."
Alternative
I was
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
fine.
yes.
This
no,
was
no.
early. This was.
And
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they're
to have
2004,
Jim
yeah.
to have a gay man teaching life science and then like,
And then make
obviously-
Ned and Cookie
and
the
then
parents of
partners,
a bit
yeah.
partners.
It's just so, like beautiful
And have it be handled like so organically and
Absolutely.
hilarious.
and
Oh.
simple. Like it wasn't. There's no point. In
They
it
weren't
being
trying to
made
drive
of
it home, yeah.
Exactly. It
Nope.
was just kind of like, oh wow, that's pretty
You
cool.
two will be our alternative family.
You don't even think about it. It was done so like,
Yep.
and that's yeah.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
I loved that. That made me laugh so hard, and I kind of forgot that Jim J is Jim
Dude.
J.
Yeah, right.
Now, that's a guy who would improv though. He would just say some of the most off the wall stuff that just made so much sense.
Now
in the
that's
moment.
true.
Yeah,
He would improv.
He would improv.
They would
yeah.
let him go.
and it was great. It was
Yes.
great content, man.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond like the weird feelings that came up, that was kind of a beautiful thing that came up, was remembering working with these adult actors and how they made us coworkers, friends, like they made us, I don't know, equals.
Yeah.
When
A part of it.
yeah, and at the time, you're like, I was a kid, so I'm just like, yeah, we are equals. We're all on the show together. But watching it now as an adult and remembering how they treated us, and it's like,
Yeah.
we're kids. These people have lived so much life, long careers.
Yeah.
Like,
Really grateful people to just still be doing what they're like. They love the craft. Like they were just
Yes.
in it. There was no like true artists, man. There was no ego. There,
Yeah.
Really. Like once we were on set.
yeah,
You know?
they were game for the world.
Yep.
And I think a lot of that comes down to Scott Fellows. I mean, we had Scott Fellows as our show creator
yeah.
and who hired us, and the head of our set. Scott Fellows is he's just such a good man.
He permeated all aspects of the show, man, from the
Mhm.
writing to actually being there, choosing the shots, making sure the framing's right. Like, I mean, he
And
was
really
there.
How
being
the
there
beats
for
are.
us. Like
Yeah.
you always felt like he made time for us.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
just
for
a
sure.
moment in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though the director's job is to kind of get those actors straight and know what they're doing, he was always there to
Yeah.
chime in,
To
Yeah.
keep that good like through line through the whole series. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
This-
that good like original stamp on everything. He was there for that.
I felt so much, I don't know, weird stuff and good stuff.
Yeah.
I felt I just felt terrible. I couldn't get past like my own ego. Like this is like it just the first 11 minutes for me are not. I can't. The first 11 minutes for me are just like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't go into it too much, but I definitely have critiques of my
Right.
own performance
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
for sure.
While I was watching it, I was like, "There's definitely like a statute of limitations for this sort of critique. Like
Yes.
she's lovely.
She's a
little
child,
girl.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I was glad that the heat turned up on the next few episodes because I do
Yes.
feel like the character came. But so
Yeah.
that's what I feel when I see like the beginning.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There definitely were nerves. I mean, I could see it in
See
the first
them on
episode.
the-
We had
yeah.
already filmed the pilot.
I know. but
This
there
was our first day, like first week on the actual series. I could
Yeah.
feel it too.
same.
Kind of
like
the nerves were not dropped in yet.
Exactly.
This is-
exactly. I was so stiff. What I noticed is I became a lot more because I was just
Open.
kind of like I like kind of like
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, but I think that's the
was
case
enough.
with like any show, to be honest,
Yeah.
is you watch the first episode, like we're not locked in yet. We're not locked into the groove.
Mhm.
We're not vibing on set, not really yet. You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
new. So there's just like nerves.
Dude,
Right.
I remember. Well, I mean, when I watched it, I'm just looking at myself, being like, "Okay, Dan, you got to remember this paragraph, word for word, word for word."
You had the paragraphs.
I mean, yeah, they were throwing it at me, man. It was my first time saying more than like 2 lines in a project, so
Wow.
it was on. But I was prepared. Like,
Yeah,
I felt like I had
always.
studied.
Yeah, and you were wearing a
Always.
giant Gore-Tex puffy
Jacket.
coat
Yeah.
under hot lights. So
It was
you were
huge,
really
so
sweating.
I was actually sweating.
Yeah.
But then also it was my first time. They put these like tubes in my hair. I remember like I had the afro.
yeah,
and the
to
tubes
sweat.
Oh
was
right,
going.
to
Yeah.
sweat.
And it would just spit out this like cornstarch,
Ooh,
watery
it was
type.
like a
Yeah, this
oil
mixture to make it
liquid thing.
seem. Yeah.
To make it look like I was sweating more.
Yeah, I kind of forgot how many like gags and how slapstick every episode is. I
Oh, yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
basically a cartoon.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Basically a cartoon. I was watching him, and my roommate was with me, and he was like he had never seen it. He was like, "Oh, this moves fast." I was like, "Yeah, it's 2 11-minute episodes. Like it's basically a cartoon. We're like flying through a cartoon."
Which is something that I think was like right on the edge of its like even time there, because like this attention span thing for me is even still stimulating like
Yeah.
today. Like it sort of like came ahead of that really.
True. Our attention spans are way less now.
Now,
Right.
But we
This
were
would
right
do-
there.
but
At
We
it.
Yeah.
were right at that edge of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
We were pre-social media, guys.
yeah.
We were before social media
Yeah.
took over our lives and brains and
Yeah.
careers.
Yeah.
We missed it. We
Mhm.
missed the wave.
Yeah. We kind of helped drive the wave.
Yeah.
You know.
Bam!
Yeah, okay.
We're where it all went wrong in society. Okay. We started that.
I was just gonna say we shortened that one. Yeah, we did that to the kids.
Yeah, yeah. Twitter started like after Ned's was done. It was like just at the end.
Dude, it's crazy. And my parents, everybody told me to stay off of the social media stuff. They were like, "Yo, this is gonna ruin your career." Da, da, da. Little did I know, I was such a fool. I missed the boat.
It would have made your career.
Mm. But it's
Yeah.
all good.
I mean, it really became a thing. Like, you're
Yeah.
on a show. If you hit, especially the early days of social media, then you had a big following, and then producers wanted you more.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube. Like I had like a little YouTube channel to do little things here and there.
Yeah,
but
we tried.
dude,
We tried for a little bit. I never
remember-
did it well.
YouTube sent like the whole thing where they're like, okay, yeah, we're about to start monetizing, blah, 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 do this. I'm like, I'm not giving you my information.
Oh my!
And then they're like, okay, well, your account cannot receive like blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh man, I screwed myself.
Yeah,
I thought it
Oh.
was beneath me, guys.
I know.
I turned down Lifetime auditions, and there is nothing wrong with Lifetime. Lifetime, hit me up, dude. No, but for real, I definitely thought that there was that I was at a level where I could like mold a career because of like the. It's like, girl, maybe if like a dozen more years in.
Yeah.
But
Well, there was a time when that was true.
when
But,
that was in,
but
in
right
passion.
then, everything just started to
Oh,
to
the Wild West
merge.
of this new frontier.
Everything
yeah.
just started. It didn't. There used to be a hierarchy. Movie people didn't do TV.
Yeah.
Then TV people for sure didn't go down to digital. Like there was a time when it was all a hierarchy and beneath and above. Now it's just whatever
there, make
gets you
great
work,
content.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. Get the
Whatever
money.
works.
Yep.
Get
But
to
yeah,
that
we
bag.
kind of.
Yep.
I mean, I definitely thought after Ned's, like, my career is set, baby. Title character, my own show.
Yeah.
Come at me, Hollywood.
Dude, I hear you, man.
They didn't call. They didn't
didn't
call.
call.
Still haven't called.
Yo, they
still
call.
trying to get them to call.
You got a beard.
They called.
From
Yeah,
the
they called at
Neds.
30, so
Yeah.
it only took 15 years
Hey, man.
to get back in.
You in the game now. Run it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got shows after Ned's. You got Zeke and Luther. You got Pretty
Oh.
Little Liars.
Yeah.
I was out there struggling, guys.
Now you're doing your thing, man.
I was
You're
out there
coasting.
wondering.
You were making music and making life experiences. What you like were a festival gig. You have all these friends who are like actual friends. You know
like
what I mean?
That's- No, that's true, but I would have traded all that shit for Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, damn. Well,
I would have traded all that shit for another show.
right?
I just want to work, babies.
Yeah. Same.
the work's out there, man. It's
Is it?
capitalistic America. There's always
Yeah.
work to be done.
No,
I'm not saying
yeah.
you're gonna get paid well, but
Yeah.
work.
No, it's time. It's time. Look, it's all good now. Look, I can't change the
here.
past, but I definitely thought after Ned's, the world is my oyster, and in some ways it was, in a lot of ways in terms of like getting my next projects. It was not.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, you have to find a different type of humility to like, because you're right. We all felt like we were set. We had proven ourselves. We're the new up and coming superstars, and it's just the only trajectory that life can go. And it's like, wait a minute, there's some up and downs going on here.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
I thought this was
Do you
just.
see that peak? Oh,
Oh wait!
We're getting further
I'm
away
not
from
getting.
this thing.
Wait, it's up there.
Damn.
Why am I?
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And
Yeah.
you have to pick up actual skills to make yourself a viable member of, first of all, society, and then the sets that you want to be a part of. So,
Oh yeah,
you
I
have
definitely
to-
had to go learn acting after Ned's.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
that's what I said. So I did the show Aliens in America after
Yes.
Ned, and every actor was better than me and more experienced, and like I was scared, but it was just a great. It was one of the top 5 leads, but it was you know, she was number 5 of the 5 leads. You know what I mean? And like it was awesome. It was awesome. I
Yeah.
really learned that, but the freedom and open-mindedness and confidence I got from Ned's is what allowed that to happen and make me feel like I could even stand with them and be there to learn, right? Like I was on a real, just like a real work high from that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I forgot you did that show too. See, you've been working since Ned's, man.
Going in, yeah. She took off.
Listen,
guys.
you
Took
give
off.
yourself shit for your acting, but yo,
You've been at
they're
it.
hiring you. And honestly, literally the episode that you feel the most bothered by, the first day of school, one of my notes is Lindsay is so good and grounded and real and connected.
Nice.
That was one of the things I wrote down. I watched, I'm just like, damn, from the get-go, she's like so grounded in the world, like so there with us, so present
And she
with
allowed
us.
the view. I think your character and just your portrayal as well allowed the viewers to feel like they had someone who was from the real world. You know,
Yeah,
while everybody else is in
right.
this other
Like
universe.
a nice, yeah, absolutely.
True.
I
An anchor.
I loved that when I look back at it too. I remember being funny a lot, like on my own, except in the the later episodes, but like that we kind of started to do the comedy together. But she would always come in as like this voice of reason, of just like clarity, and then she would go off and do her own thing. But with you guys, she really was that like big sister energy.
Yeah, like, hey, love you guys. You guys are idiots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And speaking of big sister energy, that first season, dude, you are a foot taller than me.
Oh, yeah.
You are so much taller than me.
It's crazy.
Both of you, yo.
Then that
Yeah.
next season, we
Shot up. Yeah,
skyrocketed.
we got her
Yeah.
back. We got even.
No.
Yeah, there's one scene, it wasn't in this first episode, but there's one scene in the first season where you literally like rest your arm on my shoulder so casually because I'm under you. It's like I watched that and was like, oh my.
No, dude, it's
I'm a
same with
tiny
you.
little
I
baby.
like go around your neck at some point when we're walking off or something, and it just like it goes right.
Fit just
Easily fits perfect.
You were 2 years older than us.
yes, that's absolutely
you
true.
had some years on us.
I did.
We caught up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
you
should.
didn't tower over us.
We got it together.
I know, right? But I remember thinking that you were so cool, and yet you were shorter than me.
A cool short person. They do exist.
I was like, wow, okay. Yeah.
Do you remember me farting on you while shooting the pilot?
Tell us about this.
Please tell us about that.
Listen, I just remember you and I, like, we would, like, from the very beginning, from the pilot, we would, like, wrestle each other and, like, tickle each other. Like, we were, like, physical.
It was early, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Prepubescent.
Yeah, it's prepubescent. It's pre being able to express attraction. So we were just, like, we'd, like, wrestle each other.
It was just sensations. You didn't know where they were supposed to go.
Exactly. And where this one went was you were tickling me and I was having so much fun and I was laughing and you're touching me. And then a fart came out.
The
and
swing was
then,
out.
and then, like, I have so few specific memories from this entire time, but that shame and embarrassment of farting in front of you on the pilot is burned on my soul.
Well, see, that should be an example to us of just like how our own shames are the only memories we have, because I don't remember that. I remember the wrestling, and I remember foosball,
Yes.
Foosball.
Yes.
Love some
which
foosball.
I just smoked him. And
No.
I smoked him.
I mean, hey, I just remember me being on That was,
We are all very competitive people.
for sure.
Oh,
Very competitive.
my.
Dude. Foosball, though, we were on teams a lot for foosball, so that's the only reason I'm saying, like, I don't recall.
Daniel and
your
I were
victories.
on.
We were on teams
Daniel
a
and I
lot.
were on teams a lot for everything.
Oh, Halo?
And we would dominate everybody.
Yes, yeah, we did. Go ahead.
I hated when you guys would go play Halo.
Uh-oh.
But there was like nothing else to do because we were like, these
Oh,
are
the
our
girls were
friends.
kind of left
Oh,
out,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
I was like, why couldn't we just go do something? We were like those girls who sat around like dudes play video games.
You were literally,
Literally
you
were.
were literally that. No, that's true because okay, so on Ned's we had lunchtime. We were kids, so we were either working on set or doing school, and then at lunchtime would be our only time to play. So through the 3 seasons, lots of different forms of play. Tag, foosball,
Yeah.
football at a certain
I
point.
remember you cut your knee on that opening.
Yeah, on a grate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Halo became one of them for a while.
Yeah.
And I guess I never processed that really left the girls out. And you
Honestly,
guys
and
would
I
sit.
tried to learn that, and I was like, this is so
You
dumb.
played. She got pretty good with swords. Like,
Oh,
when
yeah.
Halo 2 came
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, you were doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Daniel, what would you say?
Got
You
him.
would like
Oh,
Yo.
got him. Got your ass, Charles. That's
Yo.
what it was.
and got him. I'm pretty sure Kyle Swan, who played Bully Loomer, I'm pretty sure when he has nightmares still, he hears Daniel
my voice.
killing him in Halo and going, "Get him!"
Bro, I'd be going on so many kill streaks, man. And, I just always had something to say. They hated it.
Because we would win a lot. We would win most of the time.
Yes.
And Kyle would get so
Furious.
genuinely angry.
He burst so many blood vessels. I know he did. And I'm just sitting there with a little dopey smile on the whole time. Like
Because
no,
Daniel
enjoy this.
loves it because you're great. I mean, it makes me laugh so hard. You would just relish in the pain that it caused Kyle's soul.
Yes.
And that I still remember, and it brings me laughter and joy whenever I think about it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
incredible.
Got him! And Kyle throwing the controller and being, for real, Daniel. No, Daniel's just over the
Can't
line,
do
man.
this. It's like I literally can say whatever I want. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. But yeah, for people that take life too seriously, and not Kyle, like Kyle's a great
Kyle's a
guy.
man.
Kyle's
But-
what, marine biologist now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's so awesome. He's so awesome. But he played that character like he took it a little too seriously, and I'm like, I love that you take this seriously because I'm gonna make it hurt. a
Okay,
lot,
okay,
you know?
this is kind of why I love you, and I know it can get me into trouble in life sometimes. But when people give me a button to press, as long as I feel it's not as long as I feel it's not like over Halo. If you're gonna give me a button to press over Halo,
I'm gonna smash it.
I'm gonna press it,
I'ma
and that's what I
smash
love
it.
about you. I do the same.
Got to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You-
yeah.
you never-
Life's too short, man. Enjoy yourself. Don't
You
be worried
never
about
let off. He broke a table,
Oh yeah. And I egged him on.
and Daniel would just laugh and look at me and go, "Oops."
Aw,
I mean, hey.
Sorry we left the girls out, Lynn.
Yeah,
I
I know
didn't.
that.
I never thought about that.
you're not sorry.
I'm not.
You had
you're right.
great times and memories.
Honestly, I was having a
No,
great
but we
time.
had great times and memories, just watching you. And watching Cops.
Yep. We
They
would
watch Cops. I did not watch Cops. I never liked that show. Just throwing that out there.
fair.
And there are probably reasons why.
Right.
But
That's
yes, go
fair.
ahead.
That's
I'm like,
totally fair.
people chasing people that look like me around.
Ooh.
I like this show so much.
Gee.
But anyway, Cops,
You were
Cops,
like,
yes.
no, that's great. You're like, not entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Halo.
I love the crackhead. Like I just love. I was like my future.
On my future, oh god. Yeah. It's tough for me to watch people's like suffering, even
Yes.
when it's like, okay, yeah, you're outside of the bounds of the law and you have to be dealt with, but
Yeah, but making it entertainment.
I didn't really get off
Yeah.
on it, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I barely remember watching. If I watch it now, I feel like, sure.
Yeah.
Is it even
Like,
still
there's some
on?
funny moments in Cops, of course.
Sure.
You know.
Dude, I'm having a puffy coat moment.
You are.
I'm
Whoa.
hot. Like, I'm
And are you
sweating.
self-conscious? Why did you bring a big puppy
Daniel,
coat? Cookie, my
I
character
dare
was.
you to smell his pits.
You dare me?
Can I make that your TikTok?
No, they're all right.
Oh.
They're all right.
I'll
he
take
got
his
nervous.
word. I'll
He
take
got
his word for it.
nervous.
like,
It's
they're
too
all right.
early in the day, but I gotta take this. I'm literally having
Yeah.
a
Take
cookie
it off.
moment.
No, you don't
Wait,
understand. During when I was with Christy doing the vulnerable podcast, girl, I had to be like, oh, can we stop? Like,
I'm
I was
sweating.
a fool. Like I was.
Well, also,
sweating.
you guys are going in there
like
deep on that
crazy.
podcast, so
Oh
that'll
my-
make you sweat in
You know
different
what's
ways.
insane? Yeah, like, do you guys ever find like when you're working through like I don't know, trauma or something that comes up for you that like resolves something within you, do you have any physiological responses?
Yeah.
What, like, you mean like when the fight or flight response is happening, or just anxiety?
Just like, so I was talking through just trauma with Christy, and so
Uh-huh.
I always start to like, whenever I feel like my central nervous system is just like eternally shot, or I can't handle stress the same way because
Gotcha.
I sweat, and it's all emotion based.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
insane.
Yeah. Depends on what, but if certain things hit, yeah, I feel like a
A
flush.
fire.
Like
Yeah.
fire, like
Yeah.
literal fire in my body,
Yeah.
and I feel like tingles, and I'm like, oh, whoa,
Oh wow!
something's
I
happening.
need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's happening in my body.
For me, that was like less so in like social circumstances. Like when people are asking me stuff, I don't really feel like I over like sweat or anything. But like before football games, I remember I would always have to take a massive poop. And I would
Yes.
just get kind of, and I'm still slapping this thing, my bad. I would have to take a massive poop and I would just be sweaty. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta get out there. Oh yeah, what if he hits harder than I do? And also, yeah, that's my physiological response.
Wow,
yeah,
your
yeah,
response
yeah.
is a nervous poop.
I
Nervous
love
poop.
that.
And then once it's
Love
done,
that.
I'm good and I'm going out and
And
cutting
you're going
heads.
out, and who cares who thinks what? Love
I love
that.
this.
I love that.
Before auditions, same.
Not really auditions, man.
Mm-mm,
I'm-
All right.
mm-mm.
Yeah, that's because you show up since day one, just big dick swinging, dude.
I mean, you know how it be. One take wonder. You know what I mean? No.
I think it's a good way to be, is show up to auditions like, I got this.
Yeah.
Because I normally show up like
I
neurotic.
show up at
Yeah.
every audition. Whenever I leave it, I'm like, I'll turn my volume on. They're gonna call me any minute.
No, I throw my scripts away, but
No,
that's
honestly.
a funny.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm very
you're like,
much just
oh,
like,
booked it.
yeah.
Oh,
I
when
think
you
that
exit, yeah, you
all the
should.
time. I'm just
Yeah.
like, that is the best they're gonna see. Because I don't know.
They should. They should. They should see
You
that.
just, yeah, I don't know. You kind of have to go in there with that. But,
Yeah, I mean, you want to feel good about your take.
yeah.
Yeah, I try and I'm like, nailed that.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then I never.
Oh,
hear.
yeah. So,
What can we
what
tell the
did
viewers?
you
What-
think really about like coming in
Yeah.
on like how was it when you were called and said, "Yo, you got it"?
Oh, dude, that was a magical moment. Dang, I'm trying to remember. I think I had
so
this,
magical.
I had this, it's so magical, but I don't remember any of it. I think it was like my mom coming in and like, Dan. So about the audition, read this. And then she hands me like it's like an email from Carla Alexander, my manager, and I'm like, okay, what's it about? I'm reading it slowly, and it's like, and you booked it or whatever. So I was just like super excited, like, yo, this is great. But I'm not a person who like celebrates much. I'm just like, okay, this is great, but are we supposed to do something? Because I really don't necessarily care. I want to go out and just play with my friends and crap like that. So
Such a magical moment.
yeah.
Everything but
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, see, you guys made the cut after they tried to remove something from you. I'm sure that was traumatic. So your celebration was
that
great,
actually
maybe?
was
Oh my
terrifying.
god! I
Yeah.
like cried when I kind of cried
so
when I
hard.
found out it was Steven. Not that I wanted it to be anybody else, but I
Yeah.
just like had this big
Oh, you cried
reaction of
when
just
he-
yeah.
You wanted it to be me.
no.
You wanted Carlos Pena.
Dang it, this kid again.
Because that fucker came in like it was his role already.
Oh my gosh! If you
For
still
real.
have beef with that, dang.
Yeah. That
Dang.
fucker came in like he
Yeah.
owned it.
Yeah.
I actually don't even remember who else read for Mose.
You know what? There was another kid who read for Cookie. I remember going to the audition and he
I
cut me
thought
in
there
line.
was 3.
Oh,
He cut me in line, man. It was my turn to go. He's like, yo, I really got this other audition I got to go through. And then just chill.
Wow.
And he just walked in the room.
Ooh.
I was heartbroken, and I was like, this is going to screw up my audition. I'm not going to book it. And I know this kid. I'm not going to say him by name. But,
Wow.
but yeah, it was glorious booking it over him.
Yes.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I don't specifically remember getting the call that I rebooked it, although I know that was a traumatic time waiting to find
Yeah,
out if
yeah,
I
yeah.
still had the show that I felt was mine. But I do remember booking the pilot. I remember my mom like waking me up like, hey, you got, and just it being so exciting. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like I was
course.
12 years old. Like
Yeah,
my second
it's
pilot season in LA.
everything.
It's everything.
Yeah. Everything.
Like, oh my God, I
Everything.
can do this. Like I can
Mhm.
actually do this thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
I think the first episode. Sorry, I keep touching the table. I think the first episode aired on like my mom's birthday, so that was something magical. It was in
yeah.
September, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
like September 12th. So that
Yeah.
Oh
was
yeah, it
super
was
exciting for
exactly
me.
September 12th. I remember that exactly actually.
Yep. So I don't know. It was
love
very. I don't know. It just seemed like the stars aligned on a lot of things for the show.
Mhm.
So how long after the pilot did you guys Like how? What was that span of time?
I think it was a year.
It was a year.
Before
yeah.
And
Like-
it was hard because you couldn't really audition for anything else.
Right.
Because you were under
You're locked-
contract for
yeah.
a year. And
Mhm.
did we have an idea of, like, they could only go for a year? Like,
Yeah,
we had
yeah,
an
there's, like,
idea
a
of when it
limited
would end,
time.
right? A limited buyout.
Yeah, so we're like waiting to hear on if the pilot's picked up for a while. You're not really auditioning for other things. So first there's that. So we're waiting for that for maybe 6 to 8 months.
Then
and
they
th-
say
and
it's
then we
picked
get
up.
the good news.
but yeah.
You have to go back in and re-audition, and you might get recast because one of the 3 is going to get recast. Like,
Ooh,
dude.
they told you specifically
Yeah,
one of you
yes,
guys
yes,
is going.
yes.
no, they said specifically.
Yes,
Wow.
All 3 of you are not coming back. Someone's getting recast.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was for diversity, which is totally correct and fair. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's not have 3 white leads.
It'd be like that.
Yeah,
I
like
think it
for
was
real.
actually
That's
very
totally fine.
like
That's
like conscious
Yeah,
of,
it's-
them to make that.
it was correct.
You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's not do that. But finding out that news, I mean, but that was a perfect invitation into what a career in this industry will be.
Mhm.
Oh
It's-
man, it don't get no realer than that.
Exactly. It's
My
like,
gosh,
there you go.
it was-
Is
it was
congrats.
The best
Oh,
and worst.
And also,
Ooh.
you're not safe, and good luck to you.
dude,
You might be cast aside.
Yeah.
Dude, young actors, man, we
Devastating.
kind of got it rough. I know it's easy to be like, oh, young actors, oh, you got nothing. But that, I'm sure, yeah, devastation.
Oh, it was, and then the audition was terrifying, and then we had to wait. They were pretty quick after the audition, I feel like, to let us know who was in. I think it was like a week after, a couple days to find out, like, we're still in, and now the show's going for real, and like, we're gonna shoot. I think we shot like a year after the pilot.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I did get the call that I had not been selected for Ned's the first time, and normally they don't call you. Like if you don't book something, they just kind of let it go. But
Yeah.
I did get a
Wow,
a
you
call
actually
saying-
got to
yeah
actually
well,
let you know.
but it was from my manager. So
Well,
maybe
yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
let me-
But yeah. Wow, you had people who advocated for you and got
Yeah,
you
wow.
information.
Wow.
got you information. Dang.
That's
Yeah.
So
but-
a year of waiting though.
yeah, a year of
Mhm.
waiting, and then that bittersweet news. But then we broke through.
Because I was excited when they're like, "Hey, we're opening this back up." I'm like, "Oh yes, it's my chance."
mine.
Yes, because I knew I nailed the audition.
and, then,
Yeah.
and then that kid cut you, and you were like,
Wait.
that probably
Yeah.
set you up to be Cookie even more.
Oh, to be that
just
kinda,
that
oh,
little
I'm
that little
afraid.
tragedy.
And I felt so bad because I didn't stand up for myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
You always feel those. Yeah, I know. When literally
Bruh.
your foot is on the pedal of like.
I should say something. This
Yeah,
is not
but then
right.
you don't.
But you don't. Those
Yeah.
ones stay in
Do
you,
you guys-
just like the shame of farting on
Wait,
your
remember
crush.
any
Who was the
girls?
casting director?
Harriet
Greenspan.
Harriet Greenspan.
Now, lovely woman. I love her and actually call her every now and again, like
Yeah,
just to
Harriet's
reach out.
the shit.
She is so skilled at making you feel like you're doing terrible at an audition.
Oh my
Yo, she was the hardest person to audition in front of, but she made me get so much better. Harriet Greenspan, man. If you want to learn to act, or if you think you're good at acting, go audition for Harriet.
Dude,
Yeah,
Greenspan.
a lot of kids felt that way with her. I always felt cool with Harriet. I don't know if she liked me. Like,
Afterwards, Harriet told me after an audition I tried to go in on that she didn't think I was strong enough to carry a movie.
Oh, she told
she
you that?
told you
After
a
Ned's.
child.
She gave
Yeah.
you the real feedback,
Yep.
bro. And it
She gave me,
helped.
oh, you're more of an ensemble.
Oh, you're ensemble cast.
Yeah, and I
You took that to
haven't-
heart. You've never let it go.
Obviously, I just played the lead in something you cast. Like, what do you mean?
She's like, yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah,
That's so wild to me too, because again, I always felt you were so strong, and history proved after Ned's.
Yeah, that you can work.
History proved you can
That's
work, baby girl.
Bruh.
Never for Harriet again.
No.
Dude, I did have to unlearn a lot of the. We had so much fun on Ned's, man.
Oh my
But
gosh.
some of it wasn't acting.
It's
some
not
of it was just
acting.
us
It was
having a good
cartooning,
time.
dude.
Cartooning.
No,
yeah.
I
100%.
literally had to go learn acting. I went on a few auditions, and I went in like,
Yeah.
pew pew pew.
Guns blazing.
Cast me, baby. Bring me my Oscar. And then I went, oh shit. This is kind of like real and difficult. I don't know how to do these scenes. And I literally had to go to a class where the coach, the first class I went in, like I went and found a class that scared me. The actors were so good. I went up there, did some slick shit, and the coach called me out on it. He said, "You're slick." He said, "You're like pretending to be good." He's like, he said, you're good at fooling a lot of people. He's like, it's slick, it's smooth, like
Yeah.
a lot of it's working. He's like, but you're not actually doing it. And I felt so seen, but it was truth. And I was
Ooh.
like, this is my class.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
where I need to be, because he was right. And then I
Yeah.
went and had to learn how to actually drop in there,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
16 years since Ned's, and here,
Wait, 16.
right?
Yeah.
2004, I think it aired, and it's 20. Oh,
I'm
28.
28.
I can't do math.
20.
It's 2022.
It's 20.
2004. It's 2022, 2023.
But I was.
Well, since the pilot, we were like 12. But 2004.
Oh, I'm going from the time I moved out to LA.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay,
No,
like
2004
18,
since it aired.
18, or-
So
Yeah.
18 years, dude. 18 years, dude.
It's been too long. It's
Yeah.
been so long.
It's been so long.
And that was our first day of school on on display for you guys. That was
Yeah.
our first day of
First
acting.
day of first day of being on our own shows, first day becoming friends.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, what a treat to get to go through this again together as adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's surreal, babies.
Fantastic.
Keep tuning in.
Thanks for tuning
Babies.
in.
It's a classified pod.
Yeah.
It's pet.
And we just call it Ned's Declassified Pod, not podcast. It's Ned's Declassified Pod. No.
Well, I mean, podcast survival guide, but the same way Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide is the full name. We're just gonna say
Ned's
Ned
Declassified
Deck
Pod.
Ned Deck.
Ned-
Ned Deck Pod.
Ned Deck Pod.
Pod.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Want more of us in your life?
Join our Patreon for exclusive weekly bonus content.
And if you join our Patreon by next week's episode, you'll get access to a live Q&A event with us. Don't miss out and join our Patreon now. Welcome back. We're on the Pood Pood. Welcome back to the Ned's Declassified Pood Pood.
Let's go.
Lockers, okay. This episode is Ned deals with Toot Toot, who's his locker neighbor, the
yeah.
farter.
Toot Toot, yeah.
Mose battles Susie for the girliest locker. Cookie tries to get to class on time from the locker at the edge of the universe, and we invent the mop bucket slingshot. We introduce the Weasel in this episode. We introduce Gordy in this episode. We introduce the sports announcers bit in this episode. Sweeney, Timmy Toot Toot, Claire Sawyer, future lawyer. And I
many
think that's it. Yeah, a lot gets introduced here.
Scott was just like, let's go.
Yeah, we're running gags. Get them in there.
And but it's crazy. There were so many, but they were each so memorable that like you followed and didn't forget, even though they were. I mean, like 10 of them come in 30 seconds.
Yep.
That's why, like, as I've been watching them, I've been writing down, like, these, we're introducing that gag right here, because they carry throughout every
the whole
season.
season,
Like, we
yep.
do this, the things they introduce, like, stay for every season.
Yep.
Which just adds to like the hominess of it. Even if you got in on it like second season, like that vibe of just like having I don't know.
You're in on the bits.
would get you in, no matter what.
Yeah, and then Lockers is the second part of the first episode, because every episode is actually 2 full plot lines, which is like what cartoons do. And we would shoot both simultaneously. We'd shoot over 5 days, 2 episodes. So we were bouncing back and forth.
Wait, did we only shoot the first 11 minutes for the pilot?
No, I think it was both. Because I remember lines more than any episode, because this was the audition and because it was the pilot. I remember there's lines from both these episodes still in my head.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we did both for the
'Cause
pilot.
It was like a hybrid. We only shot a few of his scenes, right? We didn't reshoot the whole pilot. Like when we
I think we did reshoot. Yeah, no, we reshot the whole pilot. Because the set was different. Because we shot it like Nick on Sunset.
right,
and then we were at Sunset Gower.
I don't know why. I was like, we just shot like different scenes in that. Okay,
No,
well,
no,
that
no,
was my
we-
memory this entire time.
No, we reshot the whole thing. That's why you were a little nervous, baby.
Yeah, right? I was like, I already put in the good performance.
Yeah, I already did it. Don't make me redo it.
Okay, cool.
But great classic episode again. I mean, we introduced your wooden locker that then carries for the rest of the series. Is Moses' wooden locker that she made.
I didn't realize, and also in this one, we start to see like this show is very boy crazy, girl crazy.
Yes.
In a way that I didn't quite remember.
You feel like it's dealing with genders or
No. Like,
love.
yeah, everybody's after somebody in like a
I agree.
prepubescent romantic way. Like, ooh, let me hold your hand. Let's sit together.
Loomer
let's
was
kiss.
in love with you.
Right?
Yeah, Loomer's in love with
But
you.
each
Lisa
of-
Zima's in
they
love with you.
all
I'm
crack.
going after anybody.
Susie,
Yeah, and anybody, and you
Just a
like
little thought out there for everybody.
the
belong
Spanish
to the
teacher
streets.
who kind of
yeah.
comes later.
I was in love with her. Yeah.
It's like all
It is that time, though.
It's
we were
sad.
that.
Kids
I feel
care
like
about that
it
stuff
is
at
that
that time.
time. You're
Yeah.
a teenage. You're coming into
Yeah.
being attracted and wanting and being insecure and all
Right?
that stuff.
Yeah. Do you feel like programming like that today? Do you feel like that's an undercurrent of programming today? Because
I don't see enough kids undercurrent, like
Yeah.
kids programming right now. Like I don't see enough children's television to know, because it's a really
Right.
particular
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
Is what's being created specifically for kid viewers, and I don't watch it now, so I don't know.
I wonder. That's a good question.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd be curious.
yeah, for some reason it feels more innocent there than I feel like maybe it could or would now.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I mean, if you look at it, it's very centered around just like connections, relationships, this, that, and other. Like not only deep friendships and intimate friendships, but like, you know,
Getting the girl, getting
Yeah.
the guy, being
exactly,
like,
and having that like passion and moving forward. And I just don't know that that is still as innocent as it was 18
You
years
feel like
ago.
it could be detrimental now to
Not
have
even,
so much.
not even
so much
detrimental.
plot
Just,
driven
just
about
that
it?
like the audience isn't looking through the same goggles. I think a lot of like young, you know, fetishization or whatever has been done in the last 18 years. It like, I don't know,
Interesting.
ramped up for
Now, do you
me,
feel
at
like-
least on social media.
Do you feel like the whole idea of like love in that school youngster setting is like taboo now? Like,
No, well,
oh, no.
almost, because I don't know, like it just doesn't feel as innocent to me.
And maybe social media is a part of it,
Right.
like the fetishization, like you said. I can't say that word. Fetishization.
Ooh.
Fetishization.
It's a fetishization.
Fetishization.
I actually don't know if I'm making that up.
Yeah, but
hey.
it makes sense.
Right.
As long as we understand it.
But this does make me. It makes me want to ask you, like, being dudes, we experience the world and everything in a particular way, and like set culture and romance and stuff. Like, as a girl, even on Ned's in that time 20 years ago, you're saying it felt more innocent, which is good. Yeah, like, did you ever experience where it crosses over, where it's like uncomfortable and not okay?
Like behind the scenes?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like prepubescent kids are fetishized even more these days, or at least because of social media, we're aware of it. And as I grew up, that sort of happened to me behind the scenes, and I think just a couple like. I just had some trouble with this director who I felt like I got really close with. And this was like when I was getting like, you know, much older. This was when I like turned 20. And
Yeah.
But it definitely, it was a terrible experience. I hated that. And yeah, I don't know exactly where I'm going with that. But there's just this thing that's kind of like been lost. And you know what it is? It's age appropriateness.
Right.
That's what it is. It was age appropriate, and you felt like it wasn't good. Like, I don't know, there wasn't even a thought that it would be something more than what it was.
It was
Right,
safe.
right. Yeah,
there,
it
there was no
safe.
innuendo. There was
Yeah.
no, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It felt that. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to ask, because in my experience, like, Ned's always felt very age appropriate, safe. How everyone treated us on set, even though all sets, your children dealing with adults, your children in an adult world. Adults are who crew these things and who write these things, right? So in any case, you're dealing with them kind of on a different level than normal kids. But Ned's always felt to me like really safe, age appropriate. Like no one was getting. It was never getting weird on our set, but I was curious for you as, a young girl.
As I never on Ned's,
Yeah.
never on the next show I did,
Yeah.
Aliens in America.
As you got
but
older,
there have
yeah.
just been lecherous men, just sprinkled throughout that.
I forgot because it never got to a point where I needed to remember it, but I literally hadn't thought of it in years. And then kind of watching this back, I got to remember, like, I had a stalker at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Like a grown man who would like write me letters and my parents would get them, and like they're like over the line. And then when I started showing up for like music events, you know, like public events that people knew I was going to be at, this guy would show up sometimes and just
remember
like
that. That's crazy.
I'm sure you saw it. Like he would just show up and be weird and like say hi, but his infatuation with me, a young boy actor, a child, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's not okay to write weird fan letters to a child
That's
if you're a
That's tough.
grown-ass man.
Now, though, we
That's
are in this.
crazy that he
we're-
would show up.
We're in this new age where social media exists, and if
They
you
can
would have just
just
had a
do it.
page, you could just send you a DM and think nothing of it. But he had to
no,
go
it's
out
so
of his
true.
way.
He literally wrote a letter stamped, he sent something through the mail.
Like, bro, no. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah,
It's
but now people are
weird.
so much
I
more
had forgotten
touchable.
about it. I hadn't thought about that in years. man.
Have you guys ever felt I don't know,
Unsafe?
Like
either like
sexualized?
sexualized, or that you had the opportunity to use your position sexually with anybody? Not like saying but like was that open to you on sets?
On sets? What, as an actor? You're talking
Yeah.
about? Like, no.
I mean, not in any inappropriate way. It's like there's like romance on set
Oh, no, dude,
naturally
certain-
because
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
around each other and you're
Yeah.
vibing. Like,
Yeah,
so
you-
with other actors, like there's just
Yeah.
natural
Meet
romances.
people,
yeah,
but, I mean, it's just like-
using no,
Courting. You might
Yeah.
court a
Yeah,
person.
no, I
but
want
even
everyone to
that's
feel
weird.
comfortable.
No,
Yeah.
100, 100%. I was literally just saying, was there anybody who was willing to like sacrifice them, do it? I know
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
always chose the
Well,
upstanding.
the world,
I really know.
I mean, the world is an interesting place, but I've never had that opportunity. I mean, there are people who are seeking advancement, I guess, in any industry or whatever, but no sets that I've been on was that ever like a thing.
Yeah, same, and yeah, no, I especially on sets, especially when I was like a lead on any sets. It's like I just want everyone to feel fucking comfortable.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want everyone like, hey, well, let's all be good and have a good time, and like, let's have it feel safe so we can like work and have
Actually
fun.
get a good job done and be proud of what we're creating.
Exactly. Yeah, let's not have weird shit going on.
Yeah, even just that chemistry. I don't really feel like romance with coworkers is like a. I mean, no. Sometimes I mean, well, you've had that experience. Well, you guys.
I've had that
clearly.
almost exclusively.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
I fall in love on sets, and it's lovely. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
And it's
beautiful.
I gotta try it.
cast, crew, whoever you be. I don't have
You're
a problem
around
with
each
it,
other.
Okay.
right?
we fell
I think
in love
it's
on
because it's
set.
one of the few places that I feel safe, comfortable, and almost with an upper hand, right? And like it is the pool of people where you meet people at work. Like
Exactly.
I don't go out, and I didn't even then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's a safe community. But yeah, I definitely pick from there.
I mean, hey. Now, do you feel like your search for individuals to court is easier when you have a position as like a actress on a show?
Oh, I think I may have used mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, but
Get you that role now.
It was really no. I definitely felt like I could step to guys that I wouldn't normally like. Yeah.
on the street. You wouldn't
Yeah.
go up to him and introduce
No.
yourself.
But I definitely felt.
you see me.
Just a couple of times, I just felt like this upper hand thing where it was like, oh, like I'm safe because I'm still one removed from you because there's this upper hand, right?
Yeah, I'm number 3 on the call sheet.
Right.
I've used it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not in like a coercive way.
Yeah, but
just
I mean, yeah, you meet a lot of people. I mean, for actors, it's like our job. Like just like in any other job, you're gonna meet people around the watering hole, and you know
Yeah.
it's easier to.
Then
to
you're gonna
fuck
fuck
up
them.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna fuck
That's
those
the way it
people.
works. It's just the way it works. You know? Oh my
yeah,
God.
I mean, it's definitely like it's a little different age now with social media too. Like, yeah, I've definitely met people just through Instagram because maybe they know me, and then they know like the public me, but then we get to know each other for real, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's happened. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
100%.
My roommate recently was like, "Man, how'd you meet these girls?" And I'm like, Instagram. But sorry,
Yo,
man. Sorry.
hey, it's
We're
like
all dealt
it's like a
we all get
personalized
to-
Bumble or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
exactly.
much.
It's exactly. We all
Yeah.
get to use the cards we have.
100%.
I'm gonna use those cards, you know.
Yeah.
I'm lacking in other places, but I can use it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a
minute.
piece of shit in other places. No, I'm just
Lockers.
lockers.
We're talking
Yeah,
about
we
lockers.
went way
Let's
off track.
go.
Lockers. Okay.
Lockers.
Yes.
Farts. Lockers.
And lockers. Yeah.
What do you think the description for Timmy Toot was on paper?
Oh,
The
interesting.
breakdown. I mean,
Kid who farts.
yeah, it literally had to be one sentence. This kid farts and destroys people.
And
his
this
role
kid was
grew.
like, well, what do you think his audition was?
He just came in and said,
Toot,
toot,
toot.
toot.
I mean, that's his. Those are
Like,
his
he's
lines.
the one. That was the best. That was the best toot
Those are
toot
his
I've
lines.
ever heard. Great guy. Great
I
guy.
saw him on The Office.
Yeah, he
No
was on
way!
the
Yeah.
Who? When?
It was like in one of the later seasons.
love it.
Okay,
yeah,
no,
and
'cause
he
I
was like
watched
an
them all and I
intern. Yeah,
can't-
it was
I
one of the
can't.
later seasons. He was like interning at The Office. Like it was.
No
yeah.
way! Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
love that.
Hilarious bit. I mean, farts are always funny.
Farts are amazing.
Farts are always funny. We said he released the prisoners and they were doing hard
time. That was a great line.
What a line.
That was a
so
great line.
silly,
Great
dude.
line.
And they were doing hard time.
Dang.
Just all euphemism for farts. It's so
Oh,
funny, dude.
so good. And we just the real like just dialogue between us about you know, just the
Oh, it was
normalcy
bad.
of like the boy girl aspect of crossing that butt barrier. You know what I'm saying?
Together.
Right.
Together as friends. Best friends together.
Oh, yeah. That was a great line, too.
I laughed in this episode because you see me laughing on new best friends that are girls. I was saying some line and you see me as an actor like actually laughing, and that made me laugh because this is the second episode. This is literally like our second episode. And that would be a recurring thing on this show is us off camera making the actor who was on camera laugh.
Yeah. We went out of our
We
way
went out
to
of our
try to
way
okay,
see who we could
to
get to break.
make-
Yeah.
The other actor break.
I forgot that was a contest because when I watched the bloopers, I was like unprofessional, and I was doing it the most because you were always like you. And I was just laughing randomly, and I was just like terrible. Like,
Dude, I'm gonna let you guys know. I thought I was being hazed the first time you guys kind of did that because I was like, they're not being professional. I'm trying my best. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Turns out we weren't being professional, but we weren't picking you
Yeah,
out.
I
We
wasn't
weren't
being
soloing
picked
you
on.
out.
right?
And then
We
I
did
got
it-
into it doing the same
we
thing.
did it
like,
together.
Right,
Oh,
right,
you
right,
definitely
right,
I
right.
definitely did. Yeah.
Oh my
that up.
gosh!
Yeah, I mean,
Look,
look,
remember Jim J? Like we used to do this thing with the nipples. It'd be like we're pulling our nipples out, we're tying them together, and we'd just be standing there doing that in the background.
They had all these things that I wasn't a part of.
yeah,
that I
actually, we
be
would build a
jealous
lot of jokes.
but like also just like, well, you can't be a part of that.
Dude, do you remember?
yeah, you can't do the nipple
Yeah,
joke.
no,
It's
no,
weird.
no.
It's weird.
The saucing thing though, that was something that
What
probably got
was
weird.
that?
No, I didn't like that. I was very offended. I don't want anybody
Touching my nips.
touching my nips. Those are my
Wait,
nips.
So
they
this,
go like
look, so
sauce?
this was amongst
Sauce,
friends.
don't do that.
This was
Sauce,
amongst
sauce,
friends.
sauce.
This was no adults.
She sauced it. She
This
sauced
was no
it.
adults. This was all kids. This was, I don't know why it came to be, but I
Sauce.
feel like you were instigating it.
No
though, but maybe
way.
not.
I'm. Who could it?
Probably
have been?
maybe Rob.
No,
Kyle.
It was a
so
Robert
Rob.
Kyle.
That was
It was Robert
absolutely
Kyle.
because
Robert
I can
Kyle.
hear him
Sauce?
saying, I can hear him saying sauce.
Exactly.
Because, dude, I mean, I was like super Baptist Christian, and you know, it just was a little. It was something that
Welcome
men
to
don't
Hollywood,
do together. I was like, I don't know how I feel
Yeah,
about this. but-
saucing was this weird thing where you just like swiped
Sauce.
up someone's ditty.
Gotcha. Dude,
just like
You sauced me.
I probably did.
You
I probably
totally
did.
sauced me.
Oh my god.
No, because I feel
Headline.
like
And I was
'cause
like,
Seven
Stop.
sauce Lindsay.
no, I probably did because I feel like you probably sauced me, and then you were like, "Well, I'm safe because I'm
I
a
was like,
girl,
oh,
and you
no.
can't do it back." And I was
Equal
like,
opportunity.
"Hell no, I'm a feminist."
Oh damn. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I also was attracted to you, so yeah, it's different. We were playing a different.
It
we were
blossomed
playing
into
a
a
long
different
game.
game.
Totally
different
We were
game.
playing a long game. You and I. You and I played a long, different game.
Oh,
When I
so
sauced
great.
you, Daniel, it meant something different
It
than
meant-
when I
Then when,
sauced
yep,
her, you
yep,
know?
yep. No,
Yeah.
I felt it.
It's all about context, guys.
I forgot.
Right.
I
Context.
forgot about saucing.
Saucing. Yeah.
Yeah, there was lots of shit like that. Just shit like you would just like play with each other. One of them,
Clothespin thing?
yeah, sticking a clothespin.
Yeah.
a C47.
Dude. And then people didn't know it was
Oh,
on
you would
them.
get in trouble because you would send someone onto camera. So
And with the pin, yeah.
yeah, so this was one of the just dumb little games we would play with each other. Is there were lots of clothespins being used for
Everywhere,
different things
yeah.
on set. And you would try and get someone on their clothes without them noticing. Like that was the game. And then try and get more, like stack.
Yeah, if he could be there for the whole
stack
day, it was like the
clothespins.
best. Yeah.
But then what would happen is a kid would get got, and then we'd go on camera and not know. So you
And
had
then,
to,
yeah.
and then Scott would
Costumes
get pissed.
mad,
Costumes
yeah.
pissed. So we had to be smart about that game.
Dang.
Another fun one was
They played that way more than me. I just remember it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another fun one was knocking food out of people's hands.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of that.
That was
Go on.
horrible.
It was horrible. Looking back at it, because there's people actually starving. And now, when it first happened to me, like once again,
I don't
I was
even mean
super
that.
rigid. Oh, go ahead. Oh,
Like I literally just mean like if
You're about
what
to-
the-
Why would you do
Why
that?
would you? I have to go.
To be fair,
Horrible.
Yeah,
You're about to. And I'm sorry. Go ahead. I remember y'all did that in the middle of the hallway to people,
Oh.
like with a full plate of food.
it happened to me. I mean,
to
Trump.
be fair,
Yeah.
Scott Fellows started it.
Yeah, he would get
Scott
us.
Fellows started it. I had a plate of food, and he I was standing next to the trash can, and he just smacked it out of my hand into the trash can,
Dang.
and laughed.
And we just kept doing
it to each
Because
other.
what we would say, like, oh yeah, how's your food taste? Oh, it's pretty good. How does it taste on the floor? You know, like.
Honestly, I don't think y'all ever really did that to me, but once again, just
Once again, you would get
By
Kyle.
myself.
and
I would
he
get Kyle,
upset.
and he would be so furious. He'd be so furious, and he would try to wait for me to get the biggest plate so he could get his revenge.
Yeah.
yeah. That's I actually am.
You
glad I
also had
wasn't
to be
a part of
careful
that.
with Kyle. Like you couldn't just you couldn't.
Kyle was sensitive.
He was sensitive. Yeah.
Bully
you couldn't
Loomer's a
just-
sensitive boy.
Yeah, sensitive.
He
man,
would
yeah.
take it personally.
Yeah.
Rob was a savage.
Rob was an
Coconut Head was an
absolute savage.
Yes. Just
would take nothing personally.
Nothing.
And if
nothing
he did
was
take
sacred.
it personally, he would internalize it and fucking get you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
but like get you in a way that you're like, I will remember this way later than I should.
Yeah,
Like,
Rob was a
Oh my
savage.
God.
Yeah.
He was the best at. I mean, he was just the funniest
I know.
and,
Just
and the
naturally,
deepest
yeah.
on the jokes and the getting. Like he was serious. He
Yeah.
played the
Wait,
game for real.
Oh no. Okay. I'm thinking of a anyway. an
we gotta have
episode
him.
upcoming.
We gotta have him on it.
I
for
would
sure.
Sure, Rob
love
Pinkston.
to that.
What?
Yeah. People ask me like, who was the funniest on set, and I'm like, Rob fucking Pinkston, Coconut Head.
Could not keep it together. Just
No.
had several. And it gets scary after you start laughing on like two takes because you're like, I know this isn't funny anymore, but I can't stop
I cannot
laughing.
stop. Yeah.
That's something every actor knows about. Is like sometimes something starts genuinely funny, but then you just can't stop laughing, and like. It's fun and funny and feels good, but after a certain point, like you're there to make a show and crew's waiting, and you're like, it's kind of
Like
a panic. You can't.
no. And then the
I'm
more you
trying
think
not
about
to
it,
laugh.
dude. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That moment happened to me so hard with Rob
Yeah.
in the tryouts episode, but
And he wouldn't let up.
No.
he wouldn't stop.
No.
He wouldn't stop.
And then you get adults, like most of the time, because we're acting on a show and there needs to be a certain vibe, us as kids are getting talked to in a particular way that you normally wouldn't as kids. Like with adults, like we're getting talked to with respect and all this stuff. When we got too laughy or too giggly, that's when the adult voice came out. That's when we got reminded we were kids, I feel like. That's when they're like, all right, guys, like,
All right, guys,
we need to actually do work here. Like, that's when it came out. And I'm
guys,
like, oh,
come on.
I can still hear Scott.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You didn't really, did you have like laugh attacks? I don't.
There were a couple moments, but no, I was really rigid, man. Like this
feel like
meant
you were.
a lot to me, like to learn everything.
lot to me.
It's been a lot. It's like I was the only
Fuck you,
person who was
man.
serious there. Of course we all cared about
Are you
it, but
kidding me? You were sending people on the screen with clothespins.
a little bit, you know.
That's them.
That's that.
No, I took it very seriously, and you know, I'd never wanted to fail or not produce. So I just tried to, like, that's why you don't see me in many of the outtakes, just because I felt like, you know,
true.
like,
Yeah.
yo, your life's on the line. You get cut at any moment. You came in here as like a, you know, a replacement as well. So you really have
carried
to.
that through you carried that complex.
Little bit.
Yeah, no, I have to say we were always asking for sides, but I relied on my photographic memory, so I was like, I'll look at it once and be okay.
Yeah.
And you had these monster paragraphs, and you'd always come in and be like, no, I'm good. I don't know. I don't need, like, you'd do that to like
Yeah.
the
'Cause I'd
script
be running it in my
supervisors.
head.
Yeah,
It's already
yeah,
running
and it was
it.
already right. And then, because you weren't just with the lines, you had an entire physical character to portray.
And voice.
And something physical every like
Oh
that
yeah,
was just
there's
part
a
of
lot
you
to,
as a
yeah.
and I mean that was a lot.
It required
But you always
focus
came
and flexibility. Like I was like, as long as I'm prepared and I burn this into memory, I burned everyone else's lines into my memory, then, you know, all of these actions that are attached to this character, you know, I'll be able to get on through it. You know, random
Right.
technology. Like, and the words weren't just simple words. Like,
No.
there's so much. I mean, all this new tech that's coming out, and I've never heard these words before. I remember when we first read the script, and I was like, the Wi-Fi isn't working. And you laughed, and you're like, a Wi-Fi? It's called, like, it's Wi-Fi. And I was like, I literally didn't know. I'm sorry, I'm learning.
It's new. It's new technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a pro, dude. You were serious.
Yeah.
I
You
think
had huge paragraphs, too, though. When
Yeah,
you're to the camera stuff, I always was like, yo, this kid.
Yeah.
But I like
man.
you
And
just
all-
depended on my photographic memory. I would
Also-
read it like right before filming, and it would stick.
It
And
would.
we
Had
had
to
still
do that
kind of
because they
does.
changed the script
And
a lot,
then,
too.
Dev, you were always involved in like, it wasn't like one-off scenes. Like I had a lot of like one-off scenes, but like yours were like starting at this part of the hallway
Yeah.
and then walking through the cafeteria and having
Yeah.
all of this other action with other people happen.
Yeah.
And like still having those big fat paragraphs.
Yeah.
And the timing, like
that block
that
it,
was a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I had. I mean, it's like Ned's helping. Ned's mostly overlapping in everyone's story because that's
Right.
the point. Is everyone's coming to him for tips, so he interacts with everyone on their little
I
journeys.
also forgot just the most innocent and genuine, obviously, that we asked you for tips.
Tips. I need tips.
Tips.
That
I
line
totally,
was recurring.
I need tips.
I just totally.
Yeah, I kind of
spaced
forgot that too. Like the moments where I literally Ned is like looking, like thinking of them on the spot. I forgot that. That
And
like
Mo's like traded you something for tips. Like if you'll do like it was just
Yes.
a currency there.
I did forget
you know?
that. Yeah, that it's like, hey, I'll do this for you if
Yeah.
you write my. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. There's so much of the show that I kind of like forgot the
Yeah.
dynamic on.
You need tips, and I'll be back. I promise. Like, da da da.
I'll get you.
I'll get you. Okay. I just gotta.
And it helped convey to kids that, hey, you can think through things and it'll be all right. You know, you can advocate for yourself and just come up with
and
a
you can,
solution.
You can come up with some tips that then don't work, and then you gotta iterate
try
on it
again.
again.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
It's not always gonna work, but like let's try and come up with some solutions. Let's try these things.
Tips were usable AF.
There's one in this Lockers episode. Like people ask me too some of the time, like, were any of the tips like actually like good or usable? And some really were. One in this one was the one turn.
The one turn on the locker, yeah.
I did that.
Put in your
school.
first two. I did too.
You preset your first two numbers so that when you get to your locker, you just do one turn. Yep. That was in there. That's a solid tip.
Yeah.
I use that in my life.
Dude. Yeah, football locker room, that was always my stick. Yep. At my
Yeah.
other locker, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it because I felt like somebody could come by and just do a couple turns and get it. But yeah, I mean, there were valid
Yeah, there's
things in
valid
there.
tips in there.
So Lockers episode, you ended up having a battle with Susie Crabgrass, right?
I forgot that rivalry started so soon. I forgot that her quest. I kind of forgot
Christian
that was
Serrato,
her
shout out
plot.
to her, too.
Yeah. Shout out, girl.
She did Selena, man. She
Oh,
killed
On
that.
Netflix,
Woo!
Walking
Wow.
Dead.
Walking Dead, all of it.
She's doing great.
Amazing. And she got a
got a
baby
baby,
now,
yeah,
right?
she's a mom.
She's doing everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we started that rivalry so soon. I remember also just like feeling so cool because that glass locker was going to be like knocked into and like there was a chance that I could be hurt. And I was just like, oh no, I'll be on it. Yep. Like, no, it's going to come off. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just feel this extra intention.
got
Like,
The stunt because
I'm fragile.
things
you
get
know?
more serious. On the stunt.
Yeah.
Like, there's a stunt.
I know.
Everyone get careful.
And
Yeah.
just like that, not knowing what it was going to be and having to make it work. Like there was a ton of that. It was like one take. You can't reset that.
Nope.
And then
I laughed so hard that they kept in. So Mose creates this glass shiny locker. It blinds.
Looks like heaven.
It blinds Gordon.
it was
looks like
really cool.
That's another great line. It's like heaven.
Yeah, it's like
In
heaven.
a locker. Marquise nailed it. But someone Gordy bumps into the locker or whatever.
Breaks it, yeah.
Breaks it, smashes it, and all the stuff falls out. It cuts away and then cuts back to
And the
you.
stuff is still-
And someone is behind the locker pushing
the stuff
out
out.
the books.
It's so hilarious.
That made me laugh so hard. It's so
When I
funny.
saw that,
it's so absurd.
When I saw that take place, I was like, this is the perfect show to be a part of. The fact that Scott was okay with all this slapstick stuff that doesn't happen in
Yep.
the real world.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like, okay,
Yep.
it's still falling.
silly.
You can clearly
Yep.
tell someone's
Yeah.
you
behind
can
it.
tell someone's back there shoving the books like violently. That made me laugh so hard. Yes.
And how like all the dummies like make the faker the better.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The faker, the better.
Yeah, and that gets set right here, like first episode. Like we live in hyper reality on
Yeah,
Hence.
yeah,
Shit is gonna be ridiculous. That definitely made it like stupid fun to work on.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were always doing. I forgot how many gags, how many stunts. The mop bucket slingshot.
My bucket slingshot was in this episode.
Yeah, you getting sweat through your
through your little
hair,
afro,
like.
yeah.
Every episode is just chock full of like these crazy gags.
It's like embellishing reality, you know?
Yes.
And because Scott Fellows, our producer, had worked on Fairly Odd Parents, all these other like cartoon shows, he really allowed his imagination to just run wild and say, no, we can pull this off. I don't care how fake it looks. Let's make it happen because these people exist in this universe that's just awesome and zany all the time. Let's make it work. So.
The showdown when Susie and I were going to open our lockers like that.
The duel. I loved it.
Yeah.
This introduced Moses' competitiveness, which like carries throughout the series.
Right. I completely forgot like what an existential crisis that she leaves herself with the whole like I just self-sabotage is what I really wanted, but
Because
it
I
felt
wanted
so
to win.
good.
Yeah, because like Ned points out, he's like, I thought you wanted like to make girlfriends, and you're like, oh, I just wanted to beat Susie.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about that.
Right?
I just wanted to win.
Dude.
I feel like we're all a little bit like that, anyways. Though.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Ultra competitive.
Well, you know what? True learning starts when the spirit of competition ceases.
Go on.
Somebody important said that.
Go on.
Someone important. Yeah.
And that is something that I think I have hugely left behind in my 20s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that competitive thing.
Because why? Now I'm here to compete with myself yesterday.
Yes.
You know, I want to be better today than I was yesterday, and that's all that really matters. Because we're all in our own different walk in this life, and things are going to come to people, and that's awesome for them. And the things that are for you are for you. So just full force into whatever you choose to do.
I think there's, not in this It Isn't show, but I also think there's a big difference between competition and comparison that I don't think people always get right. I get that you're in competition with that, but you know, little spirit of competition is really great. That's actually one of the things that I love about Mo so much. You know, it's why she runs with you guys. Like she's just like,
especially given the right circumstance. Like I still like to compete when it's like a safe, like a game, right? Like let's make a safe space to be competitive with one
Right,
another.
right.
Like,
Exactly.
And humans being their optimal selves, like when you gamify things
Yes.
and be like, okay, no holds barred, you fight your hardest and I'm gonna fight my hardest, and we see who comes out on top. You know, in this game though, like, all right, don't
it has
attach yourself
be
to it
set-
too much.
Yeah, there has to be a set safety for it.
Humans can do some pretty awesome
LOL.
things under those circumstances. But
joking about it.
Did you and Christian have any competitiveness in real life?
No.
Next question.
No.
I'm just fucking around.
No, I mean, we were fantastic friends. She was the girl there.
Yeah.
And there started to become like more cast members like later on, and I think it just, I don't know, it just, we kind of fell out of that like really good friendship that we had. It wasn't a great mix, everybody together.
Yeah.
And so I absolutely loved her. We just, for no other reason, kind of just stopped hanging out. We kind of just grew apart. And but yeah, she's lovely, amazing, always came to set and made it a good time, and yeah, just lovely, amazing.
Yeah.
I think she's super talented, and you know, has done a lot of good stuff since Ned's.
her and her mom, like they were just always, I don't know, they were a treat on
yeah.
the set. They were great, man.
Yeah. She was the first one who introduced me to like adult joke. She was like, what does that smell? Close your legs, Lindsay. And I was like,
Well then, all right, Christian.
what?
Oh my God.
What does that mean?
Like, what?
Oh my God.
Like she was just a little,
my God.
she was like, she had an edge. She was tough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I was just this like,
She was always cool. Like
she was
just
always cool.
She was ahead of
Always
everybody
cool.
else.
Always cool.
Yeah.
She did feel cooler than us.
Yeah,
pretty
just
often.
for sure.
Always.
Theo, who plays plays the crony bully sewing club on Ned's, he pointed out something to me that I was unaware. Like to me, I'm like, yo, we were all like homies on set. We're all great. Like it wasn't competitive. Like we're all friends. It's all good. He's like, yeah, for you. He's like, you had a contract. He's like, I was a recurring. Like he's like, I could be replaced. He's like, every time I was on set, he's like, I'm a
Had to
little
do the
nervous
rest.
that like
He's got to beat the other day players and stuff.
Not that he's got to beat them. I guess not competition, but a little internal neuroses around like, I wasn't safe. He's like, I always felt like I had to nail it, but you felt that too. Like you felt it anyways too. It's like we all felt, no, we wanted to nail our jobs, but yeah, he just pointed out like, not for me, man.
He didn't feel secure.
Yeah, he was like, never. He's like, I always felt like life was on the line.
Dang, like a different retelling of the war. You were like a general, and he was like, no, I was on the front line.
I was in the trenches,
You don't
man.
understand.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. I thought that was interesting. 'Cause I was like, we were all homies. It was a family. We were all smooth. And he's like, and of course it was. But yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't want to like not be a part of the family anymore. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, like recurring on Pretty Little Liars. It, you know, you just feel really lucky for everything that you do.
Right.
Like yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
you
I wasn't
know
at
you're
an
not-
age where I was trying to make like foundational friendships and like this was going to be the craziest FOMO that I've ever felt. And I feel like I'm not on this rocket ship that everybody else is on. Right. Like that wasn't the case for me.
Exactly. Yeah, because I don't feel like we felt competition amongst like the guys. The girls.
I didn't
feel competition
really
amongst our
I didn't.
actors. We were all family.
Yeah,
Like, we were all
I agree.
working
I
amongst
agree.
each other and working together and having fun. I'm blown away in every episode I've rewatched at fucking Kyle, dude.
Yo, what about him? Just
He's so good and funny and committed and like ridiculous. He's a maniac.
He was perfect
dude.
to be able to play that bully character, but still be hilarious. Like when he would go into his little asides to you, where he's super in love and whatnot. Like I was like, who better than this guy?
I know. Yeah, I just
Kyle Swan, man.
Kyle
Great
Swan,
actor.
who
Great actor.
stopped acting, went on to go get
Marine
a
biology?
double major in marine biology and film. He's lived internationally for 10 years. Like he left it. He pieced out. And
He's
then
in England now, right?
England now, was in New Zealand, France. We gotta like Zoom him on the show.
We
at
should
some
do
point.
it.
that would
We should
be
do it.
I haven't caught up with him.
You guys
in
want us to bring
forever.
Kyle into the show, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna do it at some point. Cause yeah, watching his stuff, like I'm like I forgot how freaking funny that dude is.
Yeah. And then also just big. He was like he was
was the
super
biggest
athletic.
one,
Yeah, he
right?
was super athletic. He wasn't ripped like Austin Butler, but he was that
was
guy.
big.
He used
He
to
was
run
big.
track. He was a
And he was
specimen,
just
man.
like solid.
Yeah.
Like he was just one of those like
And passionate. So you combine all those things together.
Oh yeah.
crazy. You
Kyle's
remember
gonna
his
break some
crazy
shit.
eyes?
You don't want to make him mad and be alone in a room.
You guys,
What's up?
remember when we used to do this?
Oh,
Shaky
dude,
Face?
with shaky face. I remember that.
Shaky Face.
And we would take the pictures.
I probably lost half my brain cells from doing
yeah,
shaky face,
yeah.
bro.
You and Rob put a picture of yourselves doing that on a birthday shirt for me, on a shirt for my birthday.
I love this.
I
Yeah.
can't even do it now because of like
thought
the
it was-
horrible
Yeah,
headache.
no, it hurts. But Rob and I, I think Rob started it. We would do shaky face, which is you shake your face to where your lips move, but then you take. We
Freeze.
didn't have phones, but we had
they
cameras.
would like, unhinge their jaws.
Well, yeah, you just get real loose, and then you take a picture, and then you look like
Wait, can
like
we,
a
if
gremlin.
we shake our faces right now, can we like pull a freeze frame? You guys want to try shaky
would-
face real quick? Let's shake your face.
Oh no, it hurts.
Freeze frame.
How do we do that?
Our
so
brains
much? I'm
kinda
serious.
can't do it
I'm
anymore.
Too caffeinated for that.
Hey. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Kyle was athletic, but Austin Butler had the abs. Right?
Austin Butler. Wow.
His career.
So he started as
Background on
He was an
Neds.
extra.
background on Neds.
Dude, my dad worked.
And then he became a featured extra. Yeah.
featured, like my
And
my
then-
dad was like the first one to kind of give him an audition to be like a featured extra
Your
on
dad?
the project. Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. Him and his mom as well. Rest her soul. But
And my mom, we introduced him to our manager, and that was his first manager for a while.
oh, dope. That's
yeah.
cool.
And then, like, I mean, just incredible, like rise, energy, like alignment. So cool.
He was
and so
always
wild.
ready. He was
All I
ready.
remember him is, I don't know if it was a tracksuit or like that blue shirt where he had the doves on him.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
Something.
You probably remember it a lot more because he's the dreamy
Because he
guy
was
on
so
set.
dreamy,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
at
Right.
12 years old.
No.
no.
Not for me.
Okay.
Really?
okay.
Austin, I don't.
No, she liked me,
Blonde?
Daniel.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. I
Dude,
forgot.
She liked
give me
the
the
funny, short,
funny
stocky
looking
guy.
He's like, that's just
Wait,
what-
funny looking. Hold on.
I
I'm
don't
just
like
kidding. I'm just kidding.
blondes. Blondes for me are a little too like.
He was like mini Brad Pitt. He was
But
like
now
golden
he
and
dyed
had
his hair.
abs
yeah, but
and
like I don't know.
glorious human.
Now him as Elvis though. Do you like him as Elvis?
I did not watch Elvis, but
you
the
gotta-
interview
gotta
that I
see
saw
it.
of
He
his
nailed
was
it.
You gotta
stunning.
see it.
Stunning.
He's so beautiful. He puts in the work. It's so beautiful. He's so good.
Skilled. I think
he's
Denzel
so
Washington got him the
Yeah.
job. Like he worked in a play with like I'm like
Dude, he's so good. He
Baz
works,
Luhrmann, he's like-
and he's not good by accident. He works
No,
his
he
fucking ass
Ass
off. I
off,
love
yeah.
it.
works.
I
Yep.
remember a couple years after Ned's, I was at Coachella, and I fucking look over, and it's Austin.
with Vanessa Hudgens.
And he was there with Vanessa, who I was friends
Hudgens,
with. But
yeah.
like, I hadn't seen him in a while, and
Yeah.
then to see him like at Coachella, like vibing with people I know,
Glorious,
and
yeah.
having a beautiful time. Like I remember just like seeing him across the crowd, and him and I both being like, "What?" and just like hugging each other. It was beautiful.
Dude.
It was beautiful.
Wait, do you guys remember? Wasn't he dating a girl who was like his carbon copy
Yes.
blonde?
At
And it
one
was just
point.
like,
Yes.
when they would walk
Yes.
into a party or something, and they would always just be like holding each other.
So Austin
like
had
a
this
cake
weird
topper.
golden glow. Yeah, they were like
cake topper.
they were like Barbies. They were like cut out of They were
Barbies.
like made up. Like,
And then they would
Otherworldly,
just
yeah.
like grace us
Austin
with
was
their presence.
golden and flowing feathered
Yeah, and
golden
so
hair.
was she. Her
and
name-
abs,
yeah.
And then he met Emma Lou.
Emma Lou.
Who was
Emma Lou,
also
wow.
just like
Yeah.
young, but then just golden
Oh,
and
golden.
tan.
Yeah.
They were yeah, like
Do we
weird-
still have crushes on them?
I'm attracted to both
Probably.
of them.
Yes,
Yeah,
still.
I'm attracted to both
I'm gonna
of
get
them.
there before you do.
Uh-huh.
We should do it.
Meet you at the top. That's great.
I'll meet you at the bottom.
Okay, let's go. Oh my
Ah,
god.
you're funny,
How
man.
the mighty
on
have fallen.
Bruh.
Yeah, anyways.
Dang. And I'm sure he had a lot to say. I wish I would have spoken with him more, but he was the kind of guy who could kind of just get by on the aesthetic. He's like, I'm here in the room. You're going to
But-
film me in the room.
And yeah,
We would-
that's
we
his
would hang
vibe
with him, yeah.
too. Like I think he's just a very soft spoken, speaks when he needs to. Like
When he
he's
needs
not
to, yeah,
he's
yeah.
not a talkative dude.
Yeah.
That I remember back in whatever.
Yeah.
But he had just this real calm vibe.
Yeah.
It was unlike any of us.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
maniacs. We were maniacs.
With bad genes.
We were funny-looking short maniacs, I guess.
No, right? I was into it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You got taste.
Yeah. I literally was just like, give me attention from any direction.
And you picked Devin over Austin
Who wasn't
Butler.
going to give me attention?
Well, yeah.
Oh
and
no,
that's
I
probably
was
it.
gonna.
I was
I was
gonna.
gonna, and I did.
That's very true. But you had all these side pieces, like you were dating the entire soccer team of that show, Katya and Francesca and
Oh my
Jessica
God.
Williams, who is
Jessica Williams.
absolute-
You dated Jessica Williams?
No.
I was about to say because I
But she
slid
was
I
just
slid in
always
her
around
DMs.
with Katya.
Jessica Williams, she's huge now. I love that Kid
huge.
Cudi project.
HBO.
She's amazing.
She was the first girl to shoot me down. Now she was older than me, and I did not have a chance.
Was
But
she?
because
She's
of
our
this
age.
proximity, is she?
She's like 1 year older than
She was
us.
just way bigger, I guess. But yeah, I was smaller
Jessica
than her
Williams,
at the
obviously,
time.
he still harbors some stuff
still-
about it.
Wait.
Go,
You
girl.
slid in her
Girl.
DMs like recently?
Well, yeah, because she used to hang with your sister a lot, right? They were like really good friends.
Well,
no,
really,
it wasn't
Katya.
recently.
And Jessica and I were in
Katya,
acting
that's
class
what
together.
you
Katya was really close to my
Katya?
sister.
Wow.
Right? And Francesca Catalano.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
good
we're all
times.
podcast listeners. We're also referencing this was like a Nickelodeon show that was on for a little bit. They were like soccer girls, and
I
Yeah.
just remember Frankie
Mallory Jo or
describing it to
Melise
me
was-
as a Sex in the City for teens.
Oh,
all right, go on. But wait, tell me more about this sliding in Jessica Williams DMs.
Well, I didn't know her as Jessica Williams. I didn't know who specifically she was, but I really just gravitated to her and just thought, hey, this is a young lady that I could, access.
with.
We're both on TV, and I'm like, this is my destiny. I got to get with one of these hot chicks from one of the other programs or whatever. And yeah, I just reached out, and I think it was like MySpace at the time, and it was just like a definitive no. I just remember that she was just like, yeah, not at all. Like, no, this is not. We're not gonna play that game.
Wow, I love it.
Wait, did she know you?
Self-respecting
So
woman.
So never having met you.
Well, no. I had met her through like, was it not Melise? It was Mallory Jo? I think was one of the. I think it was like 3 main characters on the. It was Gotta Kick It Up was like the show.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew one of the other young ladies a little bit more, and I hung out with Francesca like way more than her. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna slide in her DMs, and it was just like, because I mustered up a
was
lot of strength
so
to try
Send
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure that she doesn't even remember this moment.
Probably not.
But it was pivotal
growth
for
me.
you.
It was growth
Love
for me.
that.
It was growth because it wasn't a legit heartbreak because like, oh, if you then I'm out of here. But yeah,
It was an ego break.
Yeah.
Deeply.
Yes, I'm broken still.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, you hold on to those. You hold on to those when you put it out there and they're just like,
And see,
nope,
that's why I never do.
a strong no. So you got hard pass by
Any
Jessica
heartbreak
Williams.
for you guys? Yeah, I got a hard pass. It was
mean-
a hard pass, but I admired her for it because I was like, yo, this is the way the world works.
Yeah, no, she's a
Because
self-respecting
my
woman.
fairy tale was not her fairy tale.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
you were
right,
not in the
right.
same reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were friends with them for like a little while, and then her and I ended up in acting class together for a little while. And then she moved to New York, and then next thing I know, I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard, and she is on a billboard the size. I mean, it's on the entire building,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it wasn't a normal billboard. It was a 8-story building, and it was Jessica, and I was like,
Wow.
whoa, dude, I sent her a photo. I was like, yo, this is wild. Like, this is right by my house. You're the size of a building. Like, congrats, this is amazing.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, she got picked up by Jon Stewart, man. That's
Oh, was that the-
Yeah, that
that
was
was
like
the
a
move?
big start where she got picked up by The Daily Show. So cool, man.
Wow.
To learn with Jon Stewart, like,
I bet that'd be
that's
great, yeah.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool to see, like, the kid acting pool is pretty small. Like, Hollywood in general is pretty small. A lot of overlap, but especially the kid version of it, I feel like we all knew each other. Disney, Nick, whatever. If you're a kid actor, you kind of overlapped. And it's wild for now 20 years watching where
Everybody
people go,
sort of, yep.
who leaves it, who finds other passions,
Yeah.
who burns out, who makes it through in different ways,
Like it's
what
like a
people
school.
end up
it's
on.
almost like its own little kind of school, you know, and you kind of like, hey, wonder what happened to this guy, and it's
Yeah.
always interesting seeing the stories.
Yeah, we
that
should have
unfold.
a super weird and toxic child actor, reunion.
reunion, right? Turn up.
Sounds awful. It
No,
actually
that,
sounds awful.
I mean, yeah.
sounds like so much ego and
sounds
personality
like
in
rehab.
one room. Yeah. Oh, that's just rehab.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Right.
Take it from me, guys.
Yeesh.
All right, lockers.
Yes, lockers. Oh, so Cookie, I remember my character had to go to the edge of the universe, and he was super.
That I
Frightened.
loved. I thought that was so clever. Like that really got me as like being super clever. I loved the graphic on that.
Same.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that set up another line that I thought was so funny was Coach Durga, played by Kim Sava. I don't care if your locker is
On
on
the
the
planet
ice planet of Hoth.
Yes.
And they hit the like
Echo.
delay. Yeah.
The delay, boy. Damn.
That made me
weak.
laugh. Yes, and that. You're weak. And then she just laughs.
Yeah.
She just belittles you, boy, and then goes,
Bruh.
I loved that.
You know, I had to do push-ups there, like for that scene or whatever.
Wait,
and I
were
remember
you
I
nervous?
practiced push-ups.
Yeah, no. You
He
did you
definitely was
practice it-
nervous.
You practiced it in the school
School room a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, I was there just doing push-ups, and I gotta do these push-ups, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna think
Yeah.
I'm a weakling. If I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's the whole character. You gotta be weak.
Yeah, you got to be Cookie. You got to
Dang.
actually don't do the push-up well.
Yeah.
Do it poorly. That's correct.
So that was that.
Yeah, that was pre-football for you? This is
Well,
like
I mean, I
first
was
season,
playing.
or you were already in it?
I was playing. Yeah, no, I was playing Pop Warner football already,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I still just wanted to beef up, be ready.
Yeah.
Dang, because I always had this kind of feeling like, oh, people are gonna always think I'm just a nerd, and da 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 da. And there was just like a thing that was in the back of my mind. So going into second season, like I started really trying to like work out a whole bunch. I mean, we all kind of did. We all wanted to.
Oh,
get
I
fit.
rounded out a little bit for a while.
Oh, you
in
rounded
there.
out?
Oh,
She's like, I'm
yeah.
just gonna eat.
Yep. I don't know what body and metabolism is yet. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I was. You have Crafty on set, so I was just
Oh, it's
eating like
hard.
cheese quesadillas and cookies and soda all day.
Bro,
so at a
all day.
certain point, I had to go. Oh, maybe I should just. I don't have to do much. I just gotta stop.
Doing
Intake.
that.
Stop
all
the
of
intake.
that
Doing that.
so much.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
wasn't overly aware of it at the time.
When did you realize you will not be classified as a nerd forever?
When did I realize I wouldn't be? That is an interesting question. What you mean
People
as
are
an actor,
still
or-
learning it.
Yeah, people are still just
learning
kinda
that
finding
Cookie's
out.
hot.
Yeah.
And
But-
you've been hot for a while. You shot up like at 17.
I know.
Like it was like
Yeah.
1 year after Ned's, and we see Daniel, and he's just like tall and muscular and gorgeous.
Yeah,
People see
was
us
quick.
like then and now. It's like, oh,
can see it.
okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay. And the, dang.
Who is
Like,
this?
whoa. No, really though. Transformation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
you transformed pretty quick after Ned's. I feel like you just became like.
And it was
hot
easy
boy.
for me because the character was so locked into this, it's like the Steve Urkel kind of effect.
Yeah.
All I have to do is take the glasses off, and then I instantly look. That
Oh my
much
gosh, I
cooler.
loved that episodes of Family Matters. I loved
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
they
when
were
he
great.
becomes
Oh my gosh.
cool.
So cool. I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah. I wasn't overly aware of it at the time, like kind of how you can get kind of stuck into a role. Ned was cool enough, But one thing that when I look back, I'm like, that's not a good movie for me. Was I did this movie right after Ned's Shredderman. And that was like through Nickelodeon. They were like maybe gonna start doing movies the way Disney Channel did. So it was like, hey, this is a good opportunity for you. But I played like a big dork, like a huge dork, like a over-the-top cookie dork. Yeah. And like looking back, I mean, I did it because like, yeah, let's do a movie. Yeah, it's fun. And I met cool people, right? All good. But like looking back, it's like, that's not a cool role for me. Like, that's not a good move coming off of Ned's. Like, that's not the right image you want to put in people's head, because then honestly, I got cast a lot, like as like a huge dork. In Greek, I was a nerd. Like,
You did Greek?
yeah, I did the last season. I was like a recurring pledge. And again, I was like a big dork.
Yeah.
And it was so strange to me. For years, I was like getting cast as that, and I'm like, I don't even think that's like my type. Like, but I guess I wasn't edgy enough to be like the cooler hot guy. So then I just kept getting cast on the other side.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I got cast as a lot of athletes, and I think we know what that is code for.
Broad shoulders.
Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Dang.
Yep. Cut my mom open because of these shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
They got caught up in there.
Damn.
Weight of the world, baby.
Well, I almost died because his head was so big.
Dang.
So, almost got stuck in there.
I can vouch for that.
And that's our show.
Yeah,
Good stuff, guys.
That's our show.
That's
Well,
the end of the
Yep.
Ned Declassified podcast.
That's the end of the podcast entirely.
What was it called? The Ned Clip Pod? How did we call it? The
Neassified.
The Ned Pod.
Neassified.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
That's a different show right there.
Me
Whatever it is, it's the end of it, guys.
Posugu. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode. If you want more content, if this wasn't enough for you, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon to get all the bonus goodies. We are on, episode 2 of Ned's, part 1. Yeah, it's nice.
Dylan's just busting me out the zips.
Yeah, baby.
The episode we are covering today is bathrooms.
Oh.
Ned and gang, all three of us deal with bullies in the bathrooms, potty tips, the hottie list, Ned's mistake of using the girls' room in kindergarten and never living it down. Now Cookie gets trapped in there, and the huge crew loves Ned.
You saved me.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. My
Tony.
breath might be kicking right now.
Yeah,
but
we did just either.
yeah, I'll be like right over here. I loved our little moment in there.
Oh,
like,
in the
I
bathroom. That moment.
I loved
remember that
every
moment.
like. I can't explain like what I felt around you. Like I just wanted to fit in with you guys, and I knew where Devin fit because I was like, oh, I like him.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like the commonality, like we just, you know, especially as kids, like. But we got to do these little scenes, and I don't know, it just made me feel closer to you. Yeah. And I look back on them, and I don't know, it looks like the most
watching
best
it,
friendship.
I was like, I remember that moment because it was the first time I was in like a bathroom context with a girl. Like first off, and then also, you know, me super Baptist Christian, I'm super like rigid like at the time, and it was just like kind of like weird. This feels weird. I know it's a set, but I'm in the bathroom with this girl, and we're standing face to face looking.
We
at each
were
other.
real.
Yeah,
close.
you're
we were
in the
nose
stall,
to
so yeah.
nose.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's like a fun part of rewatching it that I'm noticing is like we have different dynamics on the show. Sometimes it's all three of us going together. Sometimes you get a scene with someone on their own, and actually remembering what that was like. I remember watching a scene with me and Gordy in his little closet and him wearing the hazmat suit, and honestly it brought over like this wave of like emotion in me and love of like remembering what it was like to work with Darren one-on-one when it was like Ned Gordy time, hijinks.
Yeah.
That he made me feel like such a fucking pal from like the get-go, and he brought so much energy to every scene. And literally, I don't know, something about seeing us in that closet and his hazmat suit and remembering that he was kind of like dying in that thing, but like our little dynamics together, it's fun looking back and like remembering.
I have such a praseones for just how generous, and you know, you were saying this previously, just how generous those adults had to be to I even try to get on the mindset of some of my like students now, or I've worked with kids before, and you just some days you're just like, cool. Like, I don't know. Some days I was just like, the kids, you know? And that didn't seem to ever be a thing with them. They supported the world so much. Yeah.
Equal. It was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I love my sides with Darren. I really felt like a superstar just because he accepted us. And Jim J, like having those moments with him, like being accepted by these guys, and they have these huge accolades, and I just love their stuff.
Meshack Taylor.
Like,
yes.
I grew up watching Designing
Same.
Women. Yo, yeah?
Yeah, same.
Dude,
Yes.
That was my jam. Golden Girls.
My mom literally goes, Designing Women. Like when
that my mom was
totally
like,
remember.
my
Yeah.
mom was in.
Yeah,
My mom was like,
yeah.
that's me, Designing Women. It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Great dude. And he was like a Muay Thai fighter and stuff like that. Wow. So he had like these like, well, I don't know what you call it. Like when the Muay Thai fighters kind of kick a lot and their shin bones like are like grown, like his shin bones were like strong, bro, like ridiculous. But yeah, it's from kicking wood.
Whoa.
From Muay Thai.
Well, yeah, it's really fun, like remembering. I don't know, because we each have different moments with each of these people. This episode is about bathrooms.
Bathrooms, yes.
I personally, when I was in public school, never pooped in school. I would wait until I got home. I would hold it all day, and as soon as I got home from school, I'm shitting.
That was your first thing once I get in the door.
And because I've been not pooping all day, like that poop was ready.
Yeah.
It was
so it was rushing you.
big. You could take a photo. Like it was
Like you'd get upset if there was a stop
Yeah,
between
yeah.
you
Oh,
and
dang.
school and home.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there couldn't be.
Right.
There couldn't. If there's
All
a
the
stop
bathrooms
between
are
me
you.
and
Yo,
home,
I remember you didn't
I'm gonna
didn't
die.
go on set either, right?
No.
You
Well,
went.
I didn't like it. You know, I wasn't a public pooper. I like my own.
Anywhere, anytime,
Dude,
drop it in the middle of the
I was
now,
the
like a
same.
trash
I was the
can.
same.
I've grown, guys. I've gotten there now.
Yeah.
But I would
Good for
never
you.
take a poop in school.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like a lot of kids kind of have.
Potty
anxiety?
anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Poop
this
anxiety.
episode.
Don't we all still
Cookie-
have poop anxiety?
No, I have poop joy.
I'll let it go.
Yeah, now I have poop joy.
Yeah. It's good times.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
I mean, that was Cookie's thing. Cookie doesn't go to the bathroom this whole episode. Cookie had mad.
That's
he didn't
crazy.
pee. Like you didn't
know,
have pee
that-
anxiety.
that's
insane.
That's weird because there's also a line where like Cookie says something like, oh yeah, I mean it's the same thing as not wanting to poop on a cold toilet seat or something like that. And so he's like, he likes warm toilet seats because other people have been there. I don't know. It's random.
No,
he
you're
was
right.
saying that he liked the cold toilet seat.
No, I think he was saying
He's
it's weird. Like it's the same thing. I
Like,
think
why
you're
would
right.
you want to sit on a cold toilet seat?
I didn't notice that, and that's
So
weird.
it does change.
I don't like a warm toilet seat because then you know
That
that's
someone else
someone's
was right there.
ass heat. I don't want
Wait,
that. I
I'm
want a
confused.
cold.
It
I
brings you
really
closer
think
to your
it's the
fellow
other way.
man, though. You know?
Okay. You think
Oh,
he
you
was
think so?
referencing it?
We're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
No,
Trying to find
because
out.
Ned says right after that, he goes, no, that's not what it's like at all. And you're talking about the nurse's restroom, and you're like, wouldn't you want to ba 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 ba, or something, and then you're like, yeah, it's like, you know,
Pooping on a cold
it's
toilet.
no,
seat.
it's like people who don't, it's like not liking pooping on a cold toilet seat, and you're like, no, it's nothing like that.
I'm gonna have to watch it back.
Yeah.
I know you don't believe me, but when you
No,
text
no, I do.
me in this group
No, I do.
chat,
He's like, I wouldn't watch that.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, right?
Dang, yeah.
That was one of the lasting tips on Ned's Declassified too that actually my mom had given me previous to Ned's. Because I didn't like pooping in school, she said, if you really got to, just go tell the nurse you have a stomach ache. There's
Smart.
a private bathroom in there. No one's
Genius.
there. That's a good one.
Genius.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Anytime
I
you
remember
wanna
that
have a
being,
private
like, one of the
poop?
best tips. Yeah. Yeah.
Nurse, I have a stomach ache.
Yeah.
Do you want to use the bathroom? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. You got a newspaper?
Oh,
Yeah.
And then, okay, so the one thing that I like sort of noticed in this, so there's this group that's bullying me called the Huge Crew.
Yeah, we have the female bullies.
Right. And, you know, like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about like that name.
the branding name?
Yeah, the branding name of like that.
calling
Huge Crew.
Yeah.
these girls the huge
Yeah,
crew.
yeah. I just, yeah.
Because there wasn't much huge about them.
Yeah, they weren't like big, tall, like they, you know what I mean? There wasn't much huge about them.
Yeah, I wonder how they feel about being the huge crew.
We'd have to ask them.
Yeah, I mean, as actors, we do all sorts of
Exactly,
shit where we're just
exactly.
like, yep,
Yep.
sign me up,
Sign me
Would
up.
man.
literally be, yeah. I guess that's
But
what we
you
do
feel
all the
maybe,
time.
yeah, but you feel maybe there's some negativity
I
around
think
the
maybe
huge
it's only
crew.
negativity that maybe I'm like gleaning from this very like highly politicized
Yeah.
social media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it's coming off like the thing, you know, from that.
Yeah.
or something.
I thought it was decent that we have the stereotypical leather-clad wedgie bully, and then we also have the female version of that same type of bully. Like,
right.
I thought that was very, equality.
And that was great. Like you thinking that was such a great montage. The lipstick.
Yes, me thinking
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Susie who loves me.
I absolutely
wasn't.
hate the way I said that line, but now that I look back at it, like I totally understand what Scott was like saying. I don't know. I still remember
Which
that.
line?
The line is like, well, why don't you get a sample from every girl in the school? And it's like, is she being like, you can't really tell what side that she's on, and then it wasn't like a thing that like you took it to heart. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a very, very strange read on the line.
Well, you feel like it
Pulled
should
me
have
out
been
of the whole
played as
episode.
sarcastic?
Yeah, it just was wrong. Like it just wasn't clear what that was, and that made me upset.
It read well. Yeah.
This episode has the hottie list,
Oh, yeah.
which is who's popular and who's liked, and Ned sets himself up for disaster by putting his name on that list. In those years, did you feel like a popular hottie, guys?
What, in just our own life? Because I was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
public
in your
school
life.
at the time.
Yeah.
There was like some type of hotties list
Go on.
going around the school at the time, and I wasn't on it.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it made me feel a certain way, but I was like, screw, I don't need these people.
Even
They'll
though
never
you
understand
were on a television show,
television show,
it didn't
no
even...
one cared. It's like you gotta be gorgeous, you know. I just wasn't that guy. You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal.
Same.
Wow.
I was going to Notre Dame High School at the time in my freshman year, so I would go on set 3 weeks and then back to school for a week.
Oh, that's right. When we were on hiatus, you were in public school.
Yeah.
Or private school.
Yeah,
but you're in
like
school.
school.
That's crazy.
And like they ended up not giving me a lot of my curriculum, and so I almost like ended up failing like when I had to go back for the rest of the year after we were done with the order.
Yeah.
And that's actually the reason I started to get homeschooled. But I was so not on the radar at that school. It wasn't even funny.
That makes sense, especially like you're like popping in every now and then.
Right,
Like,
right. But I
you're
mean,
gone
I
and then in.
had the whole first semester to make my name for myself, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen for me.
Be like that.
Yeah.
Except with the teachers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as always.
As a student, yeah. I never went to high school, so I don't know. Middle school, I would go back to, like, on our time off, I would go back to public school in Georgia. And I guess I always had, like, there were always, like, girls in my life, friends. And I feel like I just habitually liked girls who didn't like me back. That was, like, I, like, friend-zoned myself for, like, a long time.
Yeah.
Except for with you, baby.
Hey. Yeah, I wasn't really aware of the benefit to like a face. Honestly, I don't think that I came across any type of like my physical body before age like 30. I'm gonna be 100 with you there. You know, like I just didn't think that. I was just always like feeling like I needed to rely on other things or making those other things whatever. So yeah, I didn't because of that, I did not even have any radar for any of those things. Like there was no like flirting this, that, and other.
Yeah, you weren't even getting the feedback on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wasn't putting it out either.
Yeah.
You know? It was very much like, let's talk and brain
power.
you know?
Yeah.
I have so many awesome qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was asexual until I was like about 18. I was not trying to have like any real girlfriend like relationship just because it just seemed away from me. And I think it was because I was like working a lot as a kid. People don't think of acting as like a job, but it's like, damn, I'm working every day. I can't even craft that type of relationship really.
It's true. It's why it happens on set. It's like,
Oh, well, yeah.
it's why
yeah.
it occurs on set is that's where you are. Yeah. And then even when you're back home offset, you're going to go back in the next season. And yeah. Interesting. So you didn't really date until 18?
Not really. Really. Real talk. Nah.
All right. Here, I'm gonna ask a fun, weird question.
Oh,
when
go ahead.
did you lose your virginity?
When did I lose my virginity?
Yeah.
Damn. I think because when I hit the ground, I hit that ground running now. I hit that ground running. It was right around that 18
I was
mark.
29.
I was 29. Yeah, I went to Vegas and it was only about like $200. No, I'm sorry, I had to do that. But no, like 18, around 18, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, it just yeah, fantastic. Hey, girlfriends are nice, man. They can do a lot for you. Yeah, they're great. But yeah, it was magical.
Yeah, I think I was 18 or 19, which felt
Right around.
late as a
Yeah.
as a
I was
young
18.
man. Like it felt late. It felt,
Yeah.
and then
Because all the homies are talking, and even when I was a kid, like we were all talking about, like, yeah, I smashed that, I did this. I don't know what any of that feels like. Like, yeah, man.
yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know. 18 as well.
18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
all
don't
right.
make it feel so bad.
All right, all right.
So we're all weirdos who started late, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
But is it even
But in
late?
hindsight,
It's
it's not that
really
late. No, from this point, it's not that late. At the time, it felt super late.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I felt like I have to.
I felt
do
like I
this
had to
thing.
get rid of it.
Yes, I have to.
I gotta
do
get
this
rid
thing.
of it. Dang. That's the way to look at it.
Yeah, I felt kind of similar. Like, no, I have to do this. There's something's off. I
Turned
need
out
this to.
be like the best situation that it ever could have been.
Awesome.
Like, and
Awesome.
it obviously, like, yeah. I don't know why like there started to be this pressure on. I don't think if there was somebody that I wasn't interested in, but I had been interested in him for a decent amount of time,
Yeah.
and then it just felt like, I don't know, something that just needed to happen, and then I don't know. I wanted to do it because I knew that was like a factor
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, and it was the best version of it. I love that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because I've
Fantastic.
heard all sorts of stories of what that can look like, how
How
it
many
goes.
people you asked this question to?
You know, it comes up. Sometimes I'm curious. I'm like, what was that for you? I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, for real. I
Mine
like
felt
that.
late, and then felt like it was all good. It also felt like, oh, like you didn't need to like build this. Like, it's good. It feels great. It's normal. Like it's normal. It's good. Oh, it's not this giant.
Yeah, it's not this big
it's not
crazy
this
thing.
giant mountain to climb, dude.
Yeah, it
It's not
happens,
this-
and then you're like,
Giant
okay.
mountain to climb.
It's a giant mountain to climb. It depends on who the.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What is?
It's strange.
Can I get to those years?
Yes.
Those yams be good, man. All right, bathrooms. Yes,
Bathrooms.
and that's what. Yeah, okay.
Jim J. Bullock in this episode had a line that just made me laugh, which is just his dirty water.
Oh my god.
Dirty water. Dirty water.
I don't remember that. Yeah, everybody's
I
running
like
around set
perfect.
yelling
Yeah,
that.
there's certain specific lines of his, Mr. Monroe, Jim J., who like when I'm watching them back, it like echoes back into my memory, and I'm like, I remember him on set, and I remember him saying these things. Just a hilarious individual.
Yeah, just the tone, and it's I don't know. Some people just have memorable voices, and
Yeah.
just the way they say things. His intonation was just perfect,
Yeah.
spot on, and just memorable.
Yeah. He was in the bloopers of that episode. when-
Oh yeah, dirty water.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, too big." He like yells at it, and he was like, "Oh, too big." He
Oh,
like pulled
wow.
himself back.
Yeah.
Even though on our show, I don't think you could go too big.
Dude, who was okay? So Gordy pulls me out of the restroom after I'm rescued or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
He's pulling me out in the Who was in there? Who was in the tarp?
I
Because
was wondering if it was you.
It wasn't me when he did the pull down the hallway.
Right.
I was there when I,
Yeah,
like,
I
popped
wonder.
out. I don't know who was in there.
I bet it was probably a stand. Probably
no,
Adam.
Adam.
That's what I was gonna guess. Adam Conway.
usually was the guy. Adam
Yeah, I bet it
Conway.
was a stand-in.
Yeah. Huh.
That would be my guess.
I would be, and because he was small,
Right.
you know.
Right. He could be dragged. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would have done it. You know.
Yeah.
I would have signed up for that.
What
Have
else
Darren
happened?
pull me around the hallway.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, this episode, like, I mean, that's it. It's all the bathroom. Is like Ned's trying to get on the hottie list, finds out most people don't like him, but there's some kisses, tries to find out who that is, thinks it's Susie. It's huge crew. Mose becomes afraid of the bathroom too because she's got the huge crew in there.
What tip do you give me to get through that?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the original thing was like that girls go in groups. So we're
Right, that
safe.
was first.
Yeah,
I'm
that was the
walking in with
first one.
Marquise.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I don't remember what gets us okay. I don't think
What
we
solves
do.
her
All I
Yeah.
remember is
We just solved
going into
Cookie.
your problem.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think your
healed.
problem gets solved. I think you just.
Yeah.
Dang, so they threw
Taking
the
one
story
for the
away.
team.
I mean, it'd be
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think so. I don't know. This was like a really contained. I didn't even have a ton of notes on this episode
Dude.
because it was like really contained.
Of this bathrooms episode, I just remember squealing a lot. There was a lot of squealing, and then from this episode, I was just the squeal guy, like
Yeah, you really embraced
You had the
squeal
cookie.
guy.
Squeal.
Yeah.
The cookie squeal.
Can you do it?
that tiny voice. I don't even know if I can do it.
Like,
I
I
used
can't
the
even
face.
do it. Like, that's not even loud enough. Yeah.
There was a lot of that going on.
You
Like,
do-
I gotta go to the bathroom. It was just the gag.
Oh yeah, there was that joke with like pee P. Everybody focus on P.
Yes.
Don Sweeney.
Oh,
Don
and
Creek.
phosphorus
Don
is
is
like, yeah.
amazing, man.
Dang.
Everybody focus on P.
Yep. What is the element? On the periodic table
Yeah.
that starts with P? It is phosphorus, and then I run off to the bathroom.
One thing I wrote down is we get to see Jesse, the extra background artist
Jesse,
who is in everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so we have a background artist on our show, an extra.
The big rosy cheeked guy.
Yes.
Yes.
His
yes.
name is
the one who
Jesse.
gave mouth to mouth to the
Yeah, the CPR dummy.
defibrillator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
His name's Jesse. He was on our show every season. Great guy, nice guy. Post Neds, almost anything I watch, I feel like Jesse's in the background.
He's in there.
of.
Yeah.
Everything I worked
The
on,
hardest working man in showbiz.
he was on.
Man.
That is
Even-
like
after.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Well,
Jesse
obviously,
worked.
not-
He had his
not-
own
not
show at
David
one
in
point
I feel
too,
like he
right?
had- yes, I feel
Where
like
they
he did.
followed him around. It was like a reality show or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like he did.
We need to
And
read
for this.
That's actually a really kind of I mean, not really.
Yeah, but no,
I mean,
it's
I'm
cool.
so- I'm sorry. Yeah, no. He deserves it. He is just like a staple. And
He's out there and everything.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, kids shows for sure, but even older,
More,
like
he's
he
an
was
old
he was on
school,
Phil of the
like-
Future.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything. But I don't know, guys. I mean, that's the episode. Like that's it's so concise. This is like that classic Ned's. Like, here's our plot.
oh
and
wait,
it moves.
fun fact. Okay, so I'm writing a lot of stuff on the wall in the bathroom in that episode.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but I decided to write with my left hand.
Oh.
And then I had a conniption that I wasn't being truthful or that I wouldn't be able to match it or that I would have to like write with that for their I had a crisis about that.
Yeah, I feel like they made it because it was better for the shot. It was something like that,
Oh.
and then you were like, "But I'm not left-handed, so if I have to keep writing like this, it's a fucking problem."
It made me feel inauthentic.
I love
wow.
that.
Even
I
then.
love that at 14.
Even then.
You're like, not truthful.
Yeah, not truthful. I'm practicing the honesty that will hurt me later. like
I'm supposed to be honest as an actor.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're making me lie.
exactly.
That's so funny how
Honest
we
to
can-
my own detriment, I swear.
Yeah. People feel like, all eyes are on them, especially as kids on a set. I remember
Yeah.
you feel like, okay, I'm responsible for continuity, and if I mess this up, I messed everything up, and everyone's gonna hate me. And most people didn't even see whatever your little hiccup
no.
Yeah.
was.
Nobody
I think I
cares.
saw a boom on this episode. I think I
Oh,
saw
really?
a moment just at the top of the frame.
Guys,
Just a
do
Do
little
you
boom
remember
mic
that
dip
that
in.
guy would do that a lot, though?
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't.
You
Not?
don't?
No.
You don't remember?
Holding a boom mic is kind of hard.
Oh,
but
no,
it happened
and
all the time.
totally. And those scenes would go on for like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also we'd be fucking around beforehand.
But I just remember like hearing that. He was the best.
Knox was great. We had
Yeah.
such a great crew. Like we really all
Dang,
bonded.
Knox, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
crazy.
I haven't thought of so many of these crew members in like so long.
And
man.
watching the bloopers at the end, it's like, oh, dude, yes. And
Yes.
these guys, they need to be on screen because they were there with us the whole freaking time, man. Real bonds, man. It was great.
It is like it's a real family making this.
Gary Stella and Dan Coffey.
Yeah.
First ADs.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, shout out to this whole crew. I wish I wish like we could all see each other again,
Right.
But everyone's spread out. I see some people occasionally.
Every now and again.
Every now and then I end up on a set and it's like there's a crew member. On fucking Rust. Reed Russell was there with me.
Oh, dope. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
He was there.
Oh, Reed.
Reed. Yeah.
Didn't
Camera.
he and Lola date for a minute?
I don't know.
But I remember
But they
Lola.
should. Yeah,
She's
they
so
should
great.
have dated.
Yeah, they met.
both
They
hot.
met.
So tiny.
Lola, I remember she drove a Lotus.
Yeah.
She was just such a G.
Yeah.
Right? She
Yeah,
was
Lola was
so
a G.
just like,
Had style.
cohesive.
Yep.
Yeah,
had
man.
it together, had the vibe.
I just remember her really delicate fingers always on the top stick for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
top stick. Yeah, always.
Just
yeah.
always top sticking.
Speaking of like touch-ups, when you're on set, guys, as an actor, like I don't know, all the time there's different departments coming up to you to tweak your clothes, make sure your clothes are good, make sure your makeup's good, make sure your sound's good, your mic's good, all this stuff. I had this weird flashback to like the extra shiny lip balm they used to
Oh,
give
yeah.
us. I hadn't thought of this in like 20 years, and I saw one episode and was like, I remember them
lips.
putting on this like flavored lip gloss.
I remember seeing your shiny lips.
That's what I
dude.
mean. Because sometimes they do it, and then I'm going out there to perform as a young boy in middle school, just like
Oh my.
I'm finally ready. I can't start until I get my.
maybe we're doing a little too
Lipstick.
much balm, babies. Maybe
Oh.
you're giving us
Bruh.
too much balm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever, you're boys, you probably not, ever get self-conscious when they had to cover up a zit?
No.
I remember going through that phase where I was getting like a lot of zits because we grew up on TV, guys,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of ugly stuff about puberty. And and yeah, I used to get them on my chin, like just these horrible freaking zits, and I was super self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's never fun.
Anytime that would happen. And they were so discreet and great about it. And you're just like, that's not there. Stop.
Oh,
And it's there.
You know what I mean? But
there.
it's totally there.
Yeah, it's never fun. I mean, even now, like a zip pops up and I got to do an audition or go film, and it's just like, damn it. The day I got to be on camera.
Of
Why?
course.
Come on.
Yeah,
And as a kid, it was like more serious.
And the makeup doesn't help either because it's clogging your pores. Like it's just never
You have
ending.
makeup?
What do you mean? Oh no, I'm talking about back
On
then.
set.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, now.
oh.
I'm just naturally beautiful.
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
right.
Do you remember? They cut it off. She was only there, I think, like for part of a season. But there was one makeup artist who started airbrushing all of us.
Yes, I remember that.
We were.
Was that the blonde?
Yes, we were children.
Jen. Her name is Jen.
Yes.
Jen, yeah.
And look, love Jen personally, but we were children on a like we need to look
Is
relatively
that
natural.
why we looked so good?
She started airbrushing. She only did it like a season, I think like one season, but she's airbrushing us with it, which is so much makeup. Like
what?
she's
Yeah.
literally spray
That was, like,
painting
the
our
second
face with
season,
makeup.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I loved it.
It's a
You loved
artful
it?
craft,
Really?
but
Of course.
The more makeup, the better, huh?
Well, the better the mask, the
I get
better
it.
it'll stay on.
Yeah, as a dude, I was like, what's happening? Like my eyebrows are caked. Like there's
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
much foundation.
Yeah.
and then you would turn your or I would turn my face, it'd be all over my clothes.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my god. I hate
Yes.
this. Yeah.
And do you remember your ritual of like getting touched up in the hair and makeup room?
What was my ritual?
KJ would like blow you like a dog with that cool air.
I'm sorry. Hey. But wait, who? KJ was it?
Linz.
She would do what to me?
KJ,
Some things are secrets
she would
and
use the-
can
she
get
would use
people in trouble.
Ned didn't
KJ
blow
would
job.
use the blow dryer and
Oh yeah, just like
Put the cool air-
blow some air on me.
would put the cool air on you, and you would just be like. And she
It's
would
the
be
only
like,
way I can get started.
I maybe don't fully remember.
Devin was a
but
diva.
Was I a diva?
Not really, but that moment makes you sound like one.
Yes,
yeah.
you were a diva, homie.
Oh, he was? Okay. Now we know.
I don't think I was.
He wasn't like.
I
Terrible.
don't think I was a diva. I don't think I was.
He wasn't
difficult.
one of those tyrant divas. He wasn't one of those guys.
No.
He was-
But
But
you
great.
know.
Did I not
Graceful.
enjoy pampering?
I mean,
Who
hey, who
doesn't?
doesn't?
You did.
I love a pamper. You know, I'm not gonna force
A
it.
good blow in the morning.
A good blow in the morning.
You know?
Just 13-year-old me showing up to set with my cigarettes. Where's my blow?
Let's get this thing started.
Where's my blow job?
Damn.
I can't start until I've released.
Oh. Wow.
It's good times.
Yeah, I had a great
it
time.
was fun.
Nasty Classified Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We keep it real.
Pulling up in my Corvette, drunk.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I'm the star of this show.
At 6 a.m.
Oh my.
No, thank God to all of our mothers for driving us to set because it was 6 a.m. It was early.
Ooh.
My
It was early
dad
every
was
morning.
driving for me.
Yeah, your
mostly,
dad. Yeah. It was early, man.
Yeah.
I remember we would work all day. We would do school. We'd play at lunch. I'd have energy all day because we'd have so much fun and you're on and you're getting your lines and all of us are having a good time. We're friends. As soon as I would get in the car after set, I'm asleep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
My
it's easy.
entire energy would
I'm
just
done. Spent.
crash as soon as the day was done. I'd always be sleeping in the car on the way home.
Yeah, and I had to
God
drive.
bless, Mom.
Yeah, I drove all the way back to Long Beach. man.
Long Beach.
My God.
Traffic was just awful, dude.
Dude, you came back and forth from Long Beach every day.
Sometimes like
That's-
2 hours driving sometimes. When we were way
after
in
a
Burbank.
10-hour day of work, that's
Yep.
nuts, bro.
Yep. So that's where I got my sleep, like on those car rides, man.
Yeah.
I'd be studying the script, making sure I'm good, and then just try to knock out, man.
But kind of, did you feel, looking at it now, I feel like there's really some benefit to you having like your life outside of Ned's be in Long Beach, which is a little removed from LA.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
in normal school. Like Long Beach doesn't have the same Hollywood
Oh, yeah, energy,
actor
yeah.
energy.
Everybody's got to rush.
What
yeah.
are you doing? And all that. Like you're in a normal place. So I
Yeah.
feel like that was probably beneficial other than the commute.
I agree. Yeah. Other than that commute, I think it was nice to have a slower pace. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, you were right in the middle of Hollywood, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
you
I
were
mean, we were in the
Hollywood
valley
Vine,
a little
right?
bit, and then Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In those hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel? Because I feel like some of the time you missed out on all of us hanging out offset because you were so far. Like it's a.
A little bit, but like you say, I had my own kind of life outside of it, so I wasn't. I don't want to say confined, not that you guys were confined to it, but
No, I was
sometimes
confined to it.
I would feel like, oh, I missed out because I would show up to set and you're like, oh, bowling was great, and I'm like, yeah. You know,
That's what I was curious about.
yeah.
Because
Sometimes
it wasn't. It's like you were always invited, but you guys live so far. Like your mom's like, or your dad's like, I'm not driving 2 hours
yeah,
on
no
the
way,
weekend.
and I
Like,
wouldn't even ask them.
2 hours there, 2 hours
Yeah,
back. No
yeah.
Yeah.
fucking way.
It's like, I mean, I like these guys, but I'm
But I mean, yeah,
I'm going home.
it's enough.
Because the rest of us, a lot of us would hang out even offset and on the weekends and stuff. But I was confined to them. Like you guys were my friends. Like
guys-
you're my friend crew.
Can I admit something on this podcast
Yes,
that I have
please.
barely admitted? So, driving away from your house in the Hollywood Hills one night, I had my first hit and run.
Oh, shit.
Not a person.
This goes on the
Not a
record.
person.
Okay, good. I'm like,
Not a person.
don't incriminate
I
yourself.
took
Felicity.
off.
A mirror.
I sped so fast.
You like ding someone's mirror off.
Sped. I didn't even think about stopping. I literally was like, Catholic school, out of the way. Let's get out. And then I was
Oh my
like, sure
God,
that they were
Lindsay.
like following me, or like the tingling that I felt all the way home.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
And then I was like,
good.
please don't let there be damage on mine. Please don't let them have cameras. Like, I thought that they would have camera. Like, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
Dang.
It was horrible.
God.
And they never found you.
How
You're
could
still
they?
on the lam.
How could they?
Right?
She ran.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Huh?
No, they're
She
probably
was gone.
You got to put it together. Whoever that was, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
One night in Hollywood. This is way after Nets, but I was trying to get to my apartment. Like it was late at night. I like finished up some work somewhere. I forget what it was. I was working late. I go to get home and it's like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I literally can't access my apartment. I can't access the street. The cops have it all blocked off. There's like a shooting or something. It's crazy. So I'm literally sitting on this street in Hollywood waiting to access my apartment, and it's late, like 2, 3 in the morning, and I'm just sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden, a drunk driver across the street, crashes into 3 cars that are parked and like decimates them and their own car. Like
Dang.
the wheel that hit all the cars was sideways. Like they fucked up their car. They were wasted.
Dang.
And I was the only one sitting there.
Who witnessed it?
Like I'm sitting there watching it and I was like, this is crazy. So I get out and I mean, they're kind of okay. Their car's fucked. The other cars are fucked, but they're wasted and belligerent. So like one of the guys was trying to talk to me. One of the guys was kind of trying to fight me.
Oh, dang.
They were both trying to leave, and I just kept explaining, you can't leave. Your car is total. Like the car's total. They couldn't drive off, but they're getting mad at me for saying it. But I'm like, look, drive
just
off.
some
Go
facts.
try
Yeah,
and drive
please,
off.
yeah.
Like try and drive off.
Cut the engine on.
But I got photos of their license. I was like, let me see your license. And they were drunk enough and gave it to me. I got photos of it. And photos of the license plate of the car while I'm standing like in the middle of the street with them. They're in the middle of the road. While I'm standing here dealing with their drunkenness, a cop starts to pull up behind me. And I was like, well, this is out of my hands now. Like, cause I still didn't know. I'm like, do I call the cops on them? Do I wanted their info at least.
Certified snitch. No, I'm joking.
Right,
Go ahead.
but
go
I
ahead.
didn't know what my responsibility was as the only person who saw it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't know, so I'm like, I don't know what my responsibility is. Oh, a cop's coming? Perfect. This will handle itself. The cop literally drove by slowly looking at us. Like in the middle of the street, cars are like falling apart around us, and they literally just drove by, and I was like, damn it. It's
Wow.
still in my hands. So ultimately what happened was, luckily—
Wait, you didn't flag them down?
No, we're in the middle of the street. I thought they were gonna stop. Like
That's when you do one of these.
Well, I didn't think I needed to. Like I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
And they just drove by.
He's literally like, cop, okay, good.
Yes. No, literally, that's what happened. I turn around, I see them,
man.
I'm like, well, here we go. Because we're in the middle of the street and there's wreckage around
You're
us.
like, you guys better get.
Yeah. And yes.
Oh,
That was
no.
it. I was like, wait, no, where they going?
Someone
I
has to
thought,
do something.
what the fuck?
God.
But yeah, these dudes try and fight me. Luckily, some other strangers
After
come
the
up.
cops leave?
Yes.
Oh,
Try and fight me.
yeah, no, beat his ass.
I'm gonna beat his ass. Let's run.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
Luckily, some other strangers start walking by and like kind of, it was like a big dude and he kind of started to protect me, which was nice because I am not a large individual. They ultimately got picked up by a friend. They like left their car in the middle of the road or called a tow truck. They got picked up by a friend. But I'd gotten their info and I just wrote it all on each car that got damaged. I just said, here's the person.
Oh my
who,
God,
like,
you're such a good person.
I felt it was such a weird moment because I felt so responsible for it. I'm like, first of all, it's weird that I'm sitting here in my car on this road. It's only because I can't get into it. And I'm the only one here, and these dudes wreck 3 cars.
And the cops don't care.
Dude,
and the
that's
cops
terrible.
don't care. I was like,
Why me?
Yes.
Why me?
I was like, I'm so tired. I just want to go
I'm
home.
Wait, and your street was still blocked.
My
so
street
you
was still blocked.
You
I
had
couldn't
nowhere
even-
to go.
I was literally.
You had to wait
I'm
there.
literally just there, waiting.
and
I'm
this,
like,
this fight just comes to you.
these drunk dudes trying to fight me just because I happen to be sitting there and see their. Yo, that shit was nuts.
What's good that your car didn't get hit?
Thank God, dude.
Like, what
I was
a moment.
right just on the other side. And I mean, it was so shocking. But yeah, got their info and I just wrote it on each car. I said, here's who fucked up your car.
Dang. No, you're a good Samaritan for doing that.
That's
Yeah.
a real
Well,
good
I felt
Samaritan.
bad when the cops left. I thought, well, here we go.
Yeah. The cops just drive off. Dude, I would pay
Like,
money
they're
to see that.
No, literally. They're looking at us. I was so confused. I'm like,
Are you not concerned? You see the context?
it's 3 in the morning. Do you see what's occurring here? Insane, man.
That's
They
weird.
thought it was a lover's quarrel.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, they
Oh my
thought
God.
those
Part
were
of
my
Hollywood
2
were you
boyfriends. You know.
Damn.
You know how
Dang.
I roll. Yeah, that shit was nuts.
Bathrooms.
I don't know how we got there.
Have
but-
you guys ever had any strange experiences in bathrooms?
Strange
in
experience.
bathrooms?
Yeah.
You say that like
mean-
weird shit happens in bathrooms.
I've
Wait,
had some-
okay, so I'm gonna be
Good.
honest with you. There are many times that I've used the men's restroom because that girl's line,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
And-
gone in a couple ladies' rooms. you know?
Really?
Well, they don't exist anymore. Now they're all
It's all
bathrooms
neutral.
are like
yeah.
Yeah,
Now it's all
unisex.
gender
Gender
neutral.
neutral bathrooms.
Which I'm for. I'm not against
no,
that.
but I mean, they
Gen
haven't
Z
renovated
type
every place in town. Like it's
No,
usually
some
still
still-
just.
Wait, so can
What
but
do you mean some? Like the majority.
wait, and the rules are if it has an icon of a girl on it, you can't go in there, right? Is that
Yeah.
Is that like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I think those are the rules.
So I
Well,
think, but-
because I would go full in and I would just like you'd never know when somebody's gonna go to the urinal. I was like, this place is like a jungle. It doesn't even look
oh,
like
it's so
a bathroom.
different for you, yeah.
I always felt like when I went into a. I was like, wait, why am
When
I
I
always
can't do
going? But I feel like whenever I saw a girl's bathroom, I was like, why is there like a couch and like. I always felt like there was like
Dang.
luxury
Because we have to
in there.
wait about a lunar cycle to get in there sometimes.
You gotta
Yeah,
wait.
clubs,
You
man.
guys are doing
They're
all sorts of
Holy,
things.
it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. That is why I started my. Okay, this is another
Transition.
thing that I got to tell you. Yes, and also
What other crimes did you commit, Lindsay?
right.
I was, and I would if I still had such little self-respect. A peer outsider.
A peer outsider.
I would pull over my car in the middle of
respect.
LA.
Oh, in
in
Mississippi?
literally like a neighborhood. And
Respect.
just be there. And if I could get away with it, which I always did, or like in the back of that alley, I'd be like, I did that all over LA.
honestly respect as a woman because like
To do
we
that,
do
yeah.
that all the time.
Oh.
It's easy for us because
Oh my
you don't have
gosh.
to squat. You're
It is
standing up. You don't even have to pull anything. Like you just.
Yeah.
The pants
just-
don't go down.
Oh.
It's so chill for us.
I
so
find-
you just said fuck the patriarchy. I'm gonna pee
gonna do what I
outside.
do.
It is,
I mean,
it's not
it's my
only
business.
freeing, it helps me as an exhibitionist, and
Yeah.
it's just so satisfying.
I agree
Yeah.
because I love peeing outside.
so that's
it's
that's
awesome.
a little weirdness with my bathroom thing.
you like to pee in public. A little bit of
Outside.
danger.
Yeah. Like in real public, like
Like cities.
like in the alley, like,
Damn.
right behind that busy street.
Yeah, okay. So you're the one who's
the
been leaving the
exhibit-
feces around, around Hollywood.
Those watercolors are mine.
Good lord. Good lord.
I love a poop outside. I love a camping
pooped
poop.
outside, I just
I don't
wanna
love
say
a
I've
that.
not crossed
city.
that threshold yet.
When you're in
No.
nature and you don't have to worry, like I wouldn't be stoked to poop in the city.
No. It's gotta be
Right.
very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a couple people do that in downtown LA.
Oh,
And-
for sure.
Are you
'Cause
saying-
welcome to Los Angeles?
Squat straight down and just dookie, or on a bucket.
No, I'm talking like dig a little hole,
Wow.
Oh.
Squat down.
Wait.
Boy Scout.
baby.
Boy Scout.
And
right
that's
here,
how
guys.
you, could you sit all the way down or the squatting is better?
What do you mean? Sit. Hold on. Let me paint a
That's
picture.
physically impossible.
Let me paint a picture of what you're asking me. Are you asking me if I put my ass cheeks
Anus to
on the ground
No.
when I'm shitting?
No, I'm saying with
Seems
the,
like bad physics.
I'm saying with the hole you dug.
Oh, okay, got you. But I'm like, that's gonna create a black hole or something like that.
Like you're just sitting legs out.
Okay, that is an amazing image.
That's all I'm seeing you doing
Flat
right
ass,
now.
No one can see what's happening.
Right?
my
Just,
No, it's a squat. It's a squat, baby. It's just a squat.
that's better for the whole thing anyway.
Yeah, it's.
That's
I guess it's
squatty
better
potty is
for
for
our
real.
movements.
Yeah, squatty potty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know Diego loves a squatty potty.
A squatty potty? No,
Yeah.
tell me about it.
Also, a squatty potty, you put your feet up and you use the ground to help push that thing out. It's force from both sides.
So the realization that I guess some people are having is for thousands of years,
People have been
humans
squatting.
squat to
I've
poop,
heard about that. I think
and it like opens up your bowels in a particular way.
What
So
I just
now-
said, you use the ground and this, and you push the force, and it opens even a bigger thing.
more ergonomic.
Yeah. It's like your
it's
legs
a
being
principle in
up
yoga.
opens
Yeah.
things up. Yeah.
Nice.
And then also, one thing that I should get on Amazon and get somebody to install immediately, you can get a bidet.
Yeah.
You have one.
No, I haven't got on it yet, but Daniel, I feel like you are
have
the one.
a bidet.
No, hold on. I feel like you're the one that posted this. I saw a meme. I saw a meme that made me laugh so hard because Theo got on the bidet train. I haven't broken yet.
I knew
So,
he was.
so
a
what?
good
It
guy.
sprays the balls? Is that like,
yeah, a little bit. But
The hole. It gets in there. Adios, poop particles.
yeah, no.
but it's sprayed
Adios,
at my
colon
buttocks.
cancer.
Yes,
I mean,
Adios.
but the meme that made me laugh so hard was either these are the two choices: either you have a bidet or you have a crusty ass.
I got a crusty ass, ladies and gentlemen.
Rusty
I felt called
ass.
out and I laughed and I still haven't bought a bidet. So.
Oh,
Dang.
dude, I want to get one.
Cheers to having a
but
crusty ass.
I don't know how I'd feel
You
about
want
somebody
one.
coming in there to install it. And there's different
No, you
versions
can
of
install
it, so
it.
you don't
You
know
can install it now.
Yeah, but like sometimes like you
Oh,
don't
you
know
gotta set the angle.
exactly
Okay.
where the pressure. I mean,
So
It's gonna
'cause
point
there-
at the wrong thing.
No. Yeah, there. But for like your
yeah, we got
female
balls.
apartment visitors, there's one that goes forward and in the boob.
Oh, you got so there's two little spouts.
Yeah, I mean I don't know
Because
if
you got to
would
get
be-
sprayed
oh,
in the front.
oh,
We
oh,
wouldn't be getting sprayed in the front.
Because this is
we
gonna
don't-
hit me in the
what about
testicles
washing?
every time.
Yeah,
you know?
but do you guys need to wash those?
No, I never wash my balls.
And I kind of wouldn't trust a spout like that's in the toilet. What if someone's crap bounced up in it, not spraying crap on me? I'm like,
back to your ball sack.
yeah, I'm good. I feel like that's dirtier than clean. I'm all right, man. Oh,
Dude,
bidet.
I'm getting a bidet. I'm gonna hold you accountable to getting a bidet.
I need to get one because to be honest, when I've used them, they like it's way clean. Like you don't have to wipe as much. Like it's just
You
like
don't
it's
have to wipe
done. You
almost-
wipe, you
yeah,
dry it.
yeah.
But your balls are gonna get a little wet, bud. But honestly,
But
you might not hate it.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
man,
Yeah.
wet
Get a
balls
little
never
get a
never
little
gave me
tap
trouble
on the
in
nuts.
past.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
A
saying?
little bit,
Yeah.
okay.
It's worth it though, cause dude, it
You're
helps
using
with
less.
so many
You're using less toilet paper.
health even things
Yeah.
inside of you. Like
That's Ned's tip for bathrooms.
Get a fucking
no,
bidet.
like, no, because they say there's so much crap impacted in your colon.
Oh.
And
Do you
it
think the
never gets
bidet
a
is
bath.
getting inside your colon?
It's going deep. It-
What bidet have you used?
When you use the strong settings, dude, it can do more than you think.
I'm
And
just looking for a light on the outside. You know what I mean?
you have no idea how much you can get into.
I used a couple out. People had them. I was like, oh, I get it. These are nice. But then I did go and use a friend of mine, Tripsies. You know who you are.
Turn up.
I visited him in Portland and I used his, and he has his laser aimed.
Nice.
Just it's too no.
No, it's so strong.
It's too perfect. I don't know
feels
how
like it's cutting you.
I don't know how it's hitting. It's too precise. It's a
It's
little.
almost like you have to open up and then let it in.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's like a little laser beam, and that I did not enjoy.
It is
No,
like
okay.
a just straight blade. Going towards-
It's a water
So,
blade.
so this guy Tripsies has a pretty clean record,
Oh, my.
Okay, the
He
cleanest?
is into
Okay.
some stuff, too.
bruh. So I mean, Ned's tip would be what? Get a
Get a bidet,
yeah.
but also get a colon screening because one does not prevent the other.
Or have a crusty ass.
Right.
See you guys next week.
100% next. That's...
The Ned's to Pod Guide. Something. We're out of here. All right, Ned heads. Thanks for watching this episode of the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide Pod. If you want more content, please subscribe to our Patreon for more bonus material.